guys all
Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon. I'm back today with yet another episode of City of Mist, but this one's a little different. This one's actually kind of special because we're here for the Knights of Paynetown premiere event here live on Twitch because City of Mist has a Kickstarter called Knights of Paynetown. You can check it out down below. I'll drop links for you guys. And that's what we're going to be playing through here today, a kind of a sneak preview, if you will, of some of the adventures and cases that you can be playing through on the new Kickstarter. And for that, we have a fantastic cast and crew with us to play some wonderful games. So let's get to it, my friends. Let's figure out who we are and, of course, who we're going to be playing tonight. So let's start with Metamancer, who's our MC for tonight. Metamancer, how's it going?
Good, well, thank you. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Encounter Roleplay, more City of Mist. I am the MC, as he already stated, and I do tons of roleplay. I also run the Larkspur sequence on Thursdays on this channel, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm really excited about everybody's characters, and I'm going to have a good time.
Let's get to it. Let's do it. We have with us Mythomatic. Myth, how's it going, my friend?
Oh, hello. How you doing, everybody? I'm super hyped. I've never played City of Mist. I've heard nothing but good things. I don't know how much I'm allowed to reveal of my character, but right now, I could tell you that I'm playing a really old man who's retired and loves plants, and his name is Ordell Novak. And can't wait to see what we have in store.
I already love him. That sounds great. We have perhaps the most mysterious person here with us tonight is they call him Jonathan Pruitt when he's on the grid. But Pruitt, how's it going, my friend?
Well, it's always going great when I'm over here in Encounter Roleplay. I love having fun with you peeps. I'm excited to play City of Mist, much like Myth. I have not played it. It's been fun kind of trying to digest as many rules as I can. So I'm looking forward to playing my character tonight, who is a bit of a hacker type. He's, his name's Raymond Morris. It's also known as Pulse. But that's about as much as I'll let out right now. But I can't wait to get to it.
Amazing. And of course, we have Mad Morph with us tonight. Morph, how's it going, my friend?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Good. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Glad to hear it. Want to tell us a little bit about your character?
I'm going to be playing Shepherd Crane that some of my community will be familiar with. It's going to be a slightly different take. It's going to be different to how you've seen it before. It's my first tabletop experience, so I'm nervous, I'm excited. City of Mist seems awesome, and I'm ready to go.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And of course, we have Miss Magitech with us tonight. How's it going, my friend?
Hello, it's going well. This is my first time ever on Encounter Roleplay, so I am excited, but also nervous. So we shall see how this goes. So I am playing a character. Her name is Sana Atwood, and we won't get too much into what she is or who she is, but she is a saxophonist in a jazz band. She also dabbles a lot in gambling, and she goes by an alias in her jazz band called Sana Sonata. So that is who she is.
Super cool. I love it. As for myself, I will be playing Russell Gibbs. He's a police detective, a chain smoker, and his marriage has ended. He's every stereotype that he'd never wanted to be, and he's here today to try and solve some mysteries with his new mystery gang. Before we get started, before I hand over to Metamancer, I'll remind you guys real quickly, of course, we're sponsored here today by both Fantasy Grounds and whalengames.co.uk, our two sponsors here on Encounter Roleplay. Fantasy Grounds is the virtual tabletop of choice that we use here, and all of the roles are on it. If you want to play your own games of City of Mist online, you can do so via there. And of course, whalengames.co.uk is our go-to destination for all tabletop role-playing game products, board games, war games, anything you want at up to 20% off the retail value. But most importantly, we're here today to celebrate City of Mist Kickstarter, which was funded in just under 2 hours and is currently soaring into hundreds of percents of funded. So if you haven't checked out the Kickstarter, if you're excited or interested in what we're doing here today, definitely go and check out City of Mist on Kickstarter right now, where you guys can get some awesome books. And in fact, tonight as well, we'll be giving away a PDF copy of the core rulebook of City of Mist. We'll be doing that at the end of tonight's show. So if you're excited and you maybe want to be give a chance to win a copy. Stick around to the end of the show, and we'll be giving away a PDF to one lucky winner in Twitch chat. But Metamancer, I will hand over the reins to you, my friends, to take us into tonight's story of Nights in Payne Town.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. All right, let's jump right in. So, it's a little dark tonight. The gates are wide open, as if they're inviting you in. Even the hairs stick up on the back of your neck, and it calls, but you answer. The landscape is dull. Dust covers the rusted machinery and torn tents. You can almost smell the fresh popcorn going. But where there was once food stalls, toys, and games, now only faint echoes of the past. Do you remember when you used to come here with your family and friends? Maybe you do, but there's no time to reminisce now. Not right now. Our camera pans to a group of people standing amidst an agent of enemies surrounding them. All the while, the woman they came here to save is still in danger, and they can feel time slipping away. Maybe one of them can reach her. If only they could get past all the obstacles in their way. Someone needs to do something. And that is where you guys will come in. This is where a scene begins, and any one of you can decide to take an action. Right now, there are various people surrounding you. You know they're not your friends. In fact, they're very dangerous, and they're keeping you from achieving your one and only objective here. Who wants to take the spotlight?
Do it, Britt.
Well, how far away is she?
You can't see her, but you know she's in one of the carnival tents.
Okay.
And who is around us? How many? What are we?
There's about
surrounded
a dozen people that are closing in. A few of them look more hulking than others. Their movements are fairly fluid. Definitely here to stop you from helping this woman that is desperately in need.
Well, I have a suspicion that I need to talk to this woman about something very, very important. It's going to be better if you just get out of the way. And so I'm going to. These guys look dangerous. I'm gonna face that, and I'm gonna try to surprise one of these guys from behind as I basically kind of like run at him, and in a flickering flash of light that is very visible, I disappear and reappear behind him and try to strike him.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds super fun. Let's call this move Change the Game. You think that's appropriate, or would you like to try something else?
Sure. Yes. Change the game. Try to throw these guys off guard from the start.
Perfect. Okay, so a Change the Game, you're going to tell me exactly what you do and the goal that you're trying to achieve, and then what the power tags that you're planning to use that are applicable for the move. And then we'll do a roll.
I am going to try to, like I said, teleport on the other side to kind of break their ranks, knock him in, so there's now kind of an opening, so they aren't completely surrounding us. So I'm not going for max damage here. I'm going for pretty much an get him off balance and more of really like a shove. I'm going to be using my power tag for like short range teleport to get behind him, and then surprise from behind.
Okay. Anything else you want to apply?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay. Any weaknesses that you would like to invoke?
Yeah, I mean, the weakness when I do my power is optical distortion, so there's like these really bright flashes of light, so it's really obvious that I'm about to do something kind of thing. It's kind of hard to hide it.
Gotcha. Okay, sure. So, so roll with the power of 1.
Roll with the power of 1. There we go. So it's going to be a 9.
Awesome. Perfect. So on a 9, you have a success, which means you hit. So you can create a story tag, or a status. So in this particular case, if you'd like to apply either a story tag or status to the one person that you're targeting in this particular case, that can be anything that describes either what they end up feeling or what gives that a disadvantage over you.
I'm thinking maybe I shove him to the ground. He kind of bonks his head on the ground, so it probably stuns him. Might take him out of the fight for a minute.
I like it. Stunned 1. Does that sound good
Sounds great.
for you? Okay, cool. So stunned 1. All right.
As I shove him, be like,
you-
heads up.
Sorry, that's great.
Perfect.
Okay. Yes. Does anybody else want to act? You see as Ray zips past with these bursts of light and shows up just behind one of these people as he shoves him down to the ground. And you have anybody else? One of you guys is close enough. Gibbs, you're close enough to one of the other people as well. So whoever wants to act.
I think if Sana can see any of them approaching, she'll try to get as many as she can in her, in her view, and try to speak to them and say, whoa, 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 gentlemen, ladies, no need to approach us so quickly. We're not here to fight. And try to maybe use one of my power tags with the hypnotic suggestion and try to tell them,
Okay.
Step back and we could try to talk this out.
Okay. Do you want to convince them or do you want to change the game?
Convince them,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Sure. Just let me know what power tags you're going to use and we'll roll for it.
Okay, so I'm going to use hypnotic suggestion. And so do I have to add modifiers to that?
Well, so
Do I
it's the
roll for it?
+1 for the power tag. Do you think there's any weakness tags that you should invoke here?
I could be caught in the act of them, seeing what I'm trying to play here. So that is very possible. I would say yes, I would have the weakness tag for this.
Okay. So it's just straight roll of 2d6.
Okay. Hold on. Not letting me roll.
You can just roll one more and then we'll add it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Nice.
There we go.
9. Awesome. Yes. Okay. On a 9,
Nice.
one of them pauses for a moment and looks to the others, and in that opportunity, that gives you an opportunity to be able to do something essentially. And so, either Ordell or Gibbs, your action.
Yeah, I think at this point, as I see that there's an altercation breaking out, I'm gonna get out my baton and say, hey, what's going on here? Hey, calm down. Leave the nice lady alone. I'm gonna. I noticed that she's speaking with them, but I probably haven't caught the whole conversation that's been going on there. So I think that this group of thugs are giving her a hard time, and maybe this fucking dude who's in the shades is part of this as well. So I'm gonna draw it out. I'm pretty draw my badge as well to show them that police here. What's going on?
All right.
So similarly, I'm gonna join her in a kind of suppressing. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, are you ninjas? What's up?
Okay.
What up, you ninja?
What up, you ninjas? Is the move I would like to make.
Okay.
That's the move.
That's great. There is no ninja move. Sorry, folks.
Shit. All right, well, I'm out.
So,
All right, unbacked.
are you physically putting yourself in between Sana
I think
and
I
the thugs?
I think it's the case. Unless she's going to stop, prevent me from doing that, I think I would try and put myself between her and them, seeing her as someone who might be being attacked.
Okay, so I'm going to say take a risk unless you think there's another move that you think is better.
I think it's risky. Approaching ninjas in the dark is risky.
Yes.
Speaking from experience.
Okay.
I'm using my police badge here.
Yes.
Which is my power tag. I think everything else is But the only thing I might say is gunman's intuition. I want to know if any of them are armed. If I'm getting the sense that these guys are turning more violent than I expect. And I think that's all at the moment. Yeah. I was thinking about my old leg injury, but I'm not really running. I'm just sort of moving up there. So.
Right. Okay.
Took an arrow.
Right to the knee. Is
a miss. Okay, so you expose yourself to danger. So I'm going to have you face danger in this particular case.
Okay. Probably a physical danger, right?
Yes, it is most certainly a physical danger.
Cool. Okay, so I have like a quick draw. So I'm past my feet. I'm going to use my protective shield, which is one I haven't used yet, which is essentially, it looks like a Spartan's shield, but glowing and mist covered, and just kind of holds it up.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to use. Let's try that again. Oh, Will, no. No.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm new to this, but
We're
that's
off
bad,
to a
right?
great start, folks.
Yeah, right.
really good roll. For those of you new to City of Mist, what I did was amazing.
Sweet.
It's like Warhammer,
Okay.
right?
Just like
Yeah. Totally fine. Okay, so as you go to place yourself in the way of Sana, there had actually been somebody who had already started to swing as you walk right into and get hit directly into the face. And we're going to, in this case, did fail that roll. Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna call you. You kind of bring your arm up just in time to block the hit, but your arm breaks and you're gonna take a broken limb 3.
Oh. That's. I
Ouch.
distinctly remember
Great
Metamancer saying something to me in the green room, which is, I haven't killed anyone yet. It's not just emotional. Seeing
I remember that.
Oh, right. Well,
Okay.
All right.
Oh crap. So in this particular case, Ordell, you see this happen in a brief split second, but you still have several of them closing in on your position, and now you're starting to see in your peripheral vision coming out of the darkness even more of them.
Okay. So where's the target, the payload, the lady, the objective? Is she?
The closest
she
person
nearby?
right now is Raymond. And he's the one that pushed the other person to the ground. But he is outside of that circle of people that is trying to surround you right now. The woman that you guys are looking for is in one of the tents that's a little bit farther away from you.
Okay, I'm going to, because I'm like old, slow-moving Ian McKellen, just somber walk towards the tent, and then
Actual Ian.
I don't know
McKellen.
what's so funny.
Actual cannibal.
Yeah.
That description, man.
So just and I'm just trying to tell a good story here. And I just slowly walk towards, and he's still a little bit like scared because people and possible ninjas are trying to attack him. He just slowly walks, I guess a little hurried shuffle, being a 88-year-old man. He then while he's walking though, he looks around and stops for a moment and digs his fingers into the ground, and as he does, I want to try to use some entangling vines to try to stop the encroaching quote-unquote ninjas, the baddies.
Perfect.
So
That is definitely change the game. Yes?
Yeah. I was going to convince them. Yeah, I'm going to change the game.
Convince you that you're entangled by vines. Yes.
I'm going to get you with vines. Why don't you wrap those plants around you? So I'm going to use entangling vines as one of my power tags. Right. Does my pension play into this at all?
I'm gonna go no on that one, but gardening.
All right, yeah,
gardening, right?
Yeah, okay, I'll do gardening.
yes.
I'll do. Thank you. All right, thank you, Will. And I'll do
Use every
entangling vines,
resource.
my gardening
Never let
skill,
me MC.
and then I'm going to actually use weak joints as my weakness because I have to bend over and dig my fingers into the ground to do this.
I'm gonna also give you an extra modifier at a plus, innocuous, because you're an old dude.
Perfect. All
Plus
right.
3.
You wouldn't
Plus
part
3.
an old man from his walkings.
Exactly. What is it? It's die. I had it saved, and now I don't.
Yeah.
Die,
/die
2d6.
space 2d6.
loose.
Aggressive, really.
Yeah, that's how it. The plus and then plus 3 at the end.
Perfect. It didn't work. /die space 2d6 plus 3. Oh, I did equals 3 because I'm a pleb.
Oh, nice. Good hit.
Boom.
Okay, this is fantastic. So,
Of course it is. I don't
what
know
happens
you
with
wanted
change
otherwise.
the game? I will let you tell me how all of this looks. I'm just going to go over the mechanics portion, and then you can take advantage of the narrative at that point. So, with
Sweet.
a 10 or more, you actually have a great success, which means that because you rolled with a power of 3, you get 3 juice plus 2 for rolling a 10 or more. So you have 5 juice to spend. What you can do with that is a variety of wonderful things. You can create a story tag, burn a power tag or a story tag, which you can actually burn a power tag of an enemy, so forcing resistances to go down and things like that. You can also give or reduce a status. So you could also give a status of like entangled, for example. And then because of the 10 plus, you can also scale up the effect, which creates a greater area of effect. You can prolong it. You can also hide the effect if you are worried about people seeing you do this, or we can discuss another alternative improvement.
Okay, so I have how many juice? Should have probably read the
5.
more of the book. All right, so 5 juice.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to do is so like I said, he like bends over as it like does his shuffle over towards the body or towards the center, realizes he won't make it there in time without people attacking him, so he just kind of creaks over and digs his fingers into some loose dirt. It was probably packed like road or path, but as soon as he touches it, the dirt becomes overturned and loose enough for him to dig his fingers into. And when he does that, the machines you mentioned earlier, the rusted machinery and things like that, they do have some overgrowth, and that overgrowth starts to come to life. And as it does, it starts to snake around, and the leaves start to look like, start to animate as if they were like little faces, and they look over towards these thugs, these baddies, and then peeling off of the vines and stems peel off of the machinery to then snake over towards the ankles of these foe. I'm going to try to extend it or prolong it, if I can, and then kill them. Can I do that with four juice? 4 juice? Yeah, I could kill them with that many juice.
No,
I'm
you
kidding.
need 6.
I don't know what to do. Oh,
No,
really?
you're fine.
Oh, wow.
I will help you. Want a suggestion on what to apply since you guys are new to this? So what I would recommend, and because based on the narrative that you just described, is to apply an entangled status of 1, but apply it to many, because there are quite a few of them. And because the machinery is kind of spread out around you, it would make sense narratively that they kind of move into the circle,
Right.
as you described. So that's what I would say. And you can do an entangled status of like 1, or if you want to pump it up to 2 to make it a little bit harder to get out of or something like
Let's
that.
pump
And
it
then
up
you
to
can
2.
apply it to like, okay. So we'll do an entangled 2, and we will
Sweet.
expand the effects.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
So perfect. So 3 of them are now at an entanglement of 2.
Sweet.
So I know that.
Well done,
I know
sir.
that
Plant
I know the
native.
shepherd's here, right? Because because based on that, I'd seen him.
Yeah, you guys all are. You are all seeing each other here. You see one another, and yeah.
When I see Ordell do that, and my arm just cracks, I'm like, Shepard, help, little help over here, buddy.
And that is a perfect opportunity for Shepard to jump in.
What a segue.
So, are we surrounded? Like, are we encircled by these people?
Yes.
And where is the lady that we're trying to protect? She's like in the middle of it as well?
She's outside the circle in another... No. She's outside the circle in another tent. You cannot see her from where you are right now.
So, Shepard sees what's happening. He's been standing quietly the whole time, and he sees like these plants, these vines going up, and he sort of says to himself, cute. And then he hears like Gibbs asking for help. And he looks over, but he's not too interested in that. And then he sort of he looks at everyone that's kind of circling, and would he recognize them as sort of people from the underworld, or like other rifts or bad sort of people? Are they obviously that they might have a sense of him?
You can't, most people can't identify each other as rifts unless it's explicitly told to them. That's just something. Eventually you could, further down the line in your evolution, but immediately no. Most of these people appear to be civilians of some sort, but for whatever reason, they're incredibly angry with you guys and are trying to attack you. A few of them you would probably say you may have seen in the underworld, or like the less nice parts of town, so to speak.
Okay. So I want Shepard to kind of just stare them all down, and he says, some of you might know me, some of you might not. I'm leaving here with the lady. Anybody who tries to stop me is getting broken in half. And then he just starts to try and make his way through towards the woman. Casually, just strolling.
Yeah, let's do a go toe-to-toe, because they are going to try to stop you.
Okay. How do I do that?
So tell me basically what powers you're going to use, which power techs, apply any weaknesses, and then that's the roll. So a go toe-to-toe means that you're going to use your abilities to overcome something or someone, because they are going to try to stop you. So I'm giving you an opportunity to react to that.
Unbreakable hide.
Okay.
Inhuman strength. Intimidating, perhaps, if he's gonna, with his words as well as he's walked in, some of them might think twice. That'll be 3.
3? Yeah. Anything else? I will allow, there's no limit to how many power tags you guys can use, so go ham if you want.
Oh, that's perfect.
I have human shield, but I feel like that's more for when I'm protecting someone else and I'm kind of on my own, just like trying to bowl through. I got weaknesses I can throw in there.
Okay, if you want to.
Overconfident.
Okay.
So what would that be a modifier of?
2.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Okay. Oh dear is right. Okay, so basically you go to do this. These people are surprisingly strong. Like, you have fought against normal people before, and something is not quite right.
Right.
As they're going to go ahead. I'm going to grapple you here, so take a grapple of 2. You have 1 on either side of you.
Okay.
So that's where we are. Now, fortunately, as this is happening, the overgrowth and vines that Ordell has kind of started to seed across the landscape here, one of them appears to be starting to crush the leg of one of these people as it entwines itself. And for a brief moment, when this happens, as you all kind of look at your surroundings and then see this vine doing that, you can see as the leg is snapping, there isn't blood, but sparks start to go off. And there's all of a sudden exposed cogwheels and metal cords as it pours across the ground. And as you guys are looking there, the gears start to slow. And in your mind, the events that lead to this moment have begun to replay. And we go back to 3 days earlier. So, with that said,
Simulation the whole time.
Matrix.
so now,
Man, the Matrix.
3 days earlier,
Matrix Reloaded.
our team finds themselves on a very rainy, cold night at the local diner. Sana, Wardell, Raymond, Gibbs, and Crane. You guys are kind of sitting off by yourselves. I would suspect that Novak and Gibbs are probably having a cup of coffee, or maybe decaf for Wardell. I'm not sure. Depends. Your preference, of
decaf.
course.
That's bad for a second.
2 sugars, decaf, thank you.
Sana and Ray, you guys are meeting because of something that happened with one of your business deals, and you had to meet in person to sort it out because can't trust the government. And as this is happening, Crane, you've just recently walked in, and you notice that Gibbs, who you recognize is there, Novak, who you've heard of, he does a lot of the coroner work, he used to at least, at the police station. You notice these people, and there's a little bit of unrest and unease in the diner. And for a moment, I will let you guys kind of have a scene with each other. If you want to talk about anything about your characters, it's a good opportunity to tell us what your characters look like and things like that. I'll give you kind of a quick character intro on that front.
Yeah, well, okay,
Let's start with Gibbs.
Yeah, I think if I'm drinking some coffee with Ordell, Gibbs is like 45, probably looks more like 50, really, really tired and worn out, and hasn't changed his shirt in a week, chaining cigarettes, and maybe he once used to have a bit of more life behind his eyes, but now he really looks quite like worn down, where he used to have the job, and the job used to mean something, but it doesn't really mean anything to him anymore. So he looks quite like a defeated man, really. He wears a long like a coat and has like 5-day stubble growing where he hasn't shaved. And he's standing drinking some black coffee next to Ordell.
You're muted.
If you want to describe to us, Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, is someone else muted?
Right.
Sorry.
Yes, right.
So Ordell sits across the booth at this diner, or are we at a bar? Did you already establish that? Am I power gaming?
Up to you. Up to
Okay,
you.
great. So across the booth sits Ordell. You can just imagine Sir Ian McKellen, pretty much in the most badass of cardigans. And you see, he's about like 88 or so, rather old, getting up there. He moves very slowly. He is about average height, and his wrinkles and his skin resemble that of bark from a tree. It's that receded. He just sits, and he's a retired coroner. And he knows Gibbs from this, and
did you get the coffee?
Yeah, I got the coffee a couple minutes ago, old timer.
Oh, I didn't even see that. It's my blind spot.
Yeah, it's just
reaches forward
right
and starts stirring.
right in front of your eyes.
Right.
Get
Sometimes
that
I just.
It's all right.
Yes.
How is retirement?
Oh, it's great. It is wonderful. I've never really had time for my own. You see, I've tried years and years to try to grow plants, and the only time I could really is when I have the time to do it. And now I could spend all day talking to those I love, as well as my plants, and make sure everything is growing up fruitful.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's a whole lot to unpack there, Waddell. Happy for you and your plans.
When are you going to retire?
Oh, I don't know if retirement's really on the cards right now. You know, it's there's a lot to be done.
Sure. No. You could any time. I'm sure you can.
I'm 40. I'm 40. I'm in my 40s. So, it's...
So what? It's really freeing, I tell you. Really is.
Yeah, yeah, I still gotta pay off some debts and kids, Yeah.
Right.
All right. Great combo. That was wonderful.
Thank
Meanwhile, in another booth, Sana and Ray, you guys are meeting. Feel free to jump in with either one of you guys' character descriptions.
Please, ma'am, ladies first.
So Sana, I don't know if this diner serves alcohol. They might. It's probably just like the cheap stuff. So whatever they have,
Let's go with
Sana will
yes.
order. Yeah, maybe just a cheap beer or something. She has that. She sits there. She looks like she's in her mid-30s. Brunette, relatively attractive woman. Her hair is about mid-length, pale, kind of bluish eyes. Very well dressed. So currently she'd be wearing like a long French coat, has some jewelry, nice earrings it looks like. And she sits across from Raymond and asks him, so I know the last job I might have hired you for didn't exactly go the way I had wanted it to, but I'm still looking to do business if you are.
Well, of course, ma'am, I am. And the gentleman that she's talking to right now is fidgety at best and sporadic at worst, as he constantly just like flicks around and flicks back his head every about 5 seconds. Constantly putting his glasses off and on, and occasionally you see him like kind of like, it looks like he's air typing or something. You're not really sure. He just kind of, as he's talking, you see his fingers move every now and again, always with his glasses on. And yeah, so at this moment, well, yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't the best, but we got the job done. And I think as long as you can drink afterwards, it was a good day. I'm gonna have my Pabst Blue Ribbon right now.
Fair enough. By the way, I have to say, I know we normally just chat online when we're working, and it's just weird seeing you in person. This is not what I expected at all.
Well, ma'am, let me tell you something.
Secret hacker, I would have expected a different look.
Well, I tell you what, growing up, I know my daddy always wanted me to work on cars and stuff like that, but I'm sorry, the first time I saw a 3.6 gigahertz Intron Core 5 processor, I was like, I gotta have me one of those, especially when you can get it with the dual processors. I mean, that bumps up your RPMs like mad, right? And you just throw some RAM in there and you never know. You know what I mean? So, listen, I understand I might come off as a bumpkin or whatever, but just know, when you've crossed the people that I've crossed, and I'm not gonna tell you who, but I'm gonna give you 3 initials. NSA. That's right. I'm talking about NASA. You remember that? NASA. They're the ones that have been lying. And when you piss people off like I have, you got to watch your back. So from now on, it's in person only. In person only.
Fair enough. I'm glad that I have somebody who knows the best in what they're doing.
If not, I can find the best for you. Just hang on a second. Let me get a... What are you looking for?
No, this is fine. This. We'll just.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep at the business that we're doing right now. But I will say that if it gets messy again, I don't know. I have people too, you know.
Well, hey, maybe we need to pull all of our people together and we can actually figure out what's going on here. Because let me tell you something. When I was in the NASA servers, I found all kinds of things. Now, I could go on, and he starts going on, but you want to...
Yes.
Okay,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
As that is happening, let's have Crane come in with a scene. You're walking into the diner. You get a glimpse of Gibbs in the corner there, and the waitress is kind of behind the bar, and kind of looks at you, recognizing you as somebody who comes in here on occasion. Do you want to order something?
Hello.
Maybe.
You might be
he's
muted.
Are you muted?
We'll never know.
Oh.
We'll never know.
Oh no.
Hello.
There we go. You're good.
There you are.
There we go.
Sorry, I lost connection. I just got back in.
Oh,
All good.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I just
The
got
camera was
back.
frozen.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
My
Got a good
that's
time.
okay. That's okay.
Hell of a poker face there.
Right. So you kind of came into the diner, and the waitress asks if you wanted to order anything.
Okay. Okay. So I missed everything in the diner. So I'll just come through the door then, because I was listening to that conversation. Then my internet just went. Bloop.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll come and sit. Sort of. They got the bar stools along the front of the diner.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll sort of sit over those awkwardly and kind of my shoulders sort of hunched forward. Crane's dressed pretty much all in black, a long coat, collar up. Can he be wearing his black mask? Would that be super weird in this town? He's always sort of has a sort of a face mask.
It would be really weird going into a diner that's very well lit doing that.
Yeah. So maybe
it's up to you.
He's fine standing out and being weird. So he would
Okay.
probably still have it as his sort of comfort blanket, and he would just sit down sort of on his own, with making sure each seat is clear either side of him, and order a stack of pancakes.
You got it, Hen. And she goes over to put in the order, and everyone's kind of continuing to conversate. It's not very busy here, given the time of night it is. You guys can hear the rain clattering on the metal roof. It just seems like just unending storm. And everybody's conversation as you receive your pancakes, Crane, gets cut short when you hear a screeching of tires and immediately a crash outside. And there is a car that has smashed into a lamppost just down the street. And the smoke is kind of billowing out the side where the engine has kind of gotten impacted. You can't see from where you are right now if there's anybody hurt, but that is where we are.
Fucking hooligans. Hey, Novak. Want to come to me checking it out?
I think I'm safe if I'm here.
Yeah.
Why don't
but
you tell me?
Weren't you a mortician, like a doctor? If someone's ill, couldn't you? Someone's hurt, maybe you could help them?
Right. Yes, I guess I
Like
could
that
help. I
old
could see if
oath
anyone,
you
of course,
swore.
unfortunately, if anybody perishes, yes, I could see what the cause was, but I think we all know what it was. Probably is a car accident.
Let's stop using the word perishing, and let's go outside.
Right.
Okay.
It takes
I gotta look
a
up
long
into-
time getting out of the booth.
Do I know Crane or does Crane know me?
Both.
Both. Okay. I think
You're familiar with one another.
Okay, I'd kind of look over to him and give him a bit of a puzzled look. Hey, gotta check this out.
It sort of Crane nods back and sort of looks at him like, is he asking for Crane to go with him? He sort of turns to the side and he's looking at him.
I think it's a confused look. Like, are you here to see me, or do you just happen to be here? And if you want to talk, then come with me. Go check this out first.
Crane sort of looks down at his pancakes that have just been put in front of him, and he goes, and then he sort of stands up, lumbering, and starts to follow Gibbs out.
Okay. Anybody else following, just to double check with the rest of the team?
I'm
Okay,
following it, but maybe
Slowly.
I don't know, a round or two later, yeah, arrived or whatever they are.
As they start getting up to walk out, Ray kind of puts his glasses on and starts tapping on the table. And is there any kind of like closed circuit like cameras around here on the streets? I assume it's near an intersection, something like that.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, then I want to try to hack those to see what happened with that wreck and like look at the footage.
Okay. Perfect. While you're doing that, you get an alert with the keywords NASA, Oramaka, and Project Legacy going off.
Son of a bitch. All right, this just got real, little lady.
What just happened?
And the alert happened like right after the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. He like looks out at the accident and looks back at Sana. I've been saying all along, it's all connected. All right, we're at the watershed moment, little lady. I think some big stuff is going down. I've been having some alerts pop up for a while ever since that NASA job, like I told you, because remember, they lie. So I think we need to figure this out.
Okay. Okay. So what are we doing? What's happening?
Well, currently I am hacking into the closed circuit city camera system to try to see what caused that wreck.
You're
if
hacking
anything.
into the city's cameras? Is that...
Shh, well, don't say it out loud.
Okay. So what does this all mean? Does it have to do with what's going on outside right now?
It's all connected, like I said. It's everything.
What's all connected?
Everything. I don't understand what you're not getting about this.
Fine.
And he continues to hack.
Okay. As you are doing that, outside, Gibbs, Crane, and eventually Novak, you guys are walking through this pouring rain to the vehicle. Inside, the passenger appears to be dead.
I call the police. I call myself now. I call an ambulance straight away.
Yeah.
Just go straight to my phone.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm on the scene. Okay. No. I'm gonna call an ambulance straight away because someone's died.
Yes.
And is there anyone else in the car? As the first thing I look for, is anyone else? One passenger?
No.
Or just one driver?
No, they are by themselves. But you're welcome, any one of you guys or all of you can do an investigate to take a look at the vehicle in more depth.
Fuck me. Really? In this weather? All right.
Oh, watch your tongue. Watch your tongue.
Was I able to
Yeah.
glean anything from the cameras
Yes.
as far as an external source?
What do you mean?
Well, just if anything caused the wreck other than the car just careening into a pole.
No.
Car hitting it.
Nothing
no.
suspicious from the cameras at all.
Okay.
You see the kind of car come down the road. It actually wasn't even going fast, so the likelihood of it skidding out of, like, from the rain, like any of that doesn't seem very likely.
Okay. And they weren't swerving or driving erratically or anything like that? Okay, as I'm kind of reviewing this, I'll be walking out and be like, "Come on, we need to check them out."
Okay.
I'll look to Crane and Novak and say, Novak, do you mind taking a look, seeing if there's anything we can do? Crane, fucking creepy.
Yes.
Can we keep people away? Do you think you could keep people away from the, fucking dead body in the street?
Sure, yes. And as he says that, can Crane sort of peer into the car to see if he at all recognizes who's in there? Just he's curious. He wants to see the dead body.
Yeah, no, you don't recognize him at first glance, but he does seem like maybe you've seen him in the newspapers, like his picture or something along those lines. He looks kind of recognizable, but you can't quite pinpoint who it is. Maybe a public figure or something along those lines.
Okay. So then Crane just stands back and he sort of looks up and down the street. He's just standing there with his arms folded and trying to look like he's doing what the officer asks, but he's not too interested. But he's looking left to right and keeping an eye out.
I'm gonna look to see if I'll just get general investigation. I don't think at this point there's anything suspicious going on. People die in auto accidents all the time, so I think Gibbs probably is just making sure that this person is definitely dead. Like, when you say that they look to be dead, like, what kind of scenario are we talking here? Like,
I can let you know that.
No body, or yeah.
Yeah, go. Novak can check for that. You don't have to roll or anything. Right. He has no pulse.
Oh my lord! Could you open the door for me, please?
And I guess as he does that, I figure out my role. So I have forensics because, I'm a retired coroner. I also have anatomy. And then I also have just add water, which is a power tag I have for, and it's also raining. So, I mean, like, I feel like maybe like things are better because it's raining and I'm just better at being me.
I feel more alive when in the rain.
And I don't think I have anything else here wise. Retired pension? No? Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be those three.
Okay. Got it. +3.
I got doo-doo. Gotta fight.
That's okay. You still get 1 clue, so you can ask me any question, but I might not be able to give you a very clear answer.
Wonderful.
How does the car accident, what is the source of the car accident? Was it a hydroplane? Was it did the person die from impact? That's my question.
Okay, that's a much better question.
Good question.
No, the impact did not kill him. That I'll give you, but I won't give you cause of death.
Right, it didn't like go through the windscreen. There's like a seatbelt and stuff, right? So there's no like trauma.
Yes. But what I'm seeing here, there's some minor contusions here in the brain here, but nothing really. There's no laceration of rupture coming from the skull or the cranial area, which means that there isn't enough. The airbags. You see, the airbags were deployed here.
Yeah. What are you saying?
This person definitely should have been alive upon this interaction. It should be alive now. Sorry, yes.
Understood.
Long story short, I don't think this is what killed him.
Right, like a heart attack or something. Okay, well, let's wait for the ambulance to get here. Maybe they can, I don't know, I guess I see Ray and Sana coming up.
Yeah.
And Ray's going to kind of work towards the front of the car so he can, like, basically try to get a scan of the guy's face and the license plate and immediately, like, look up to see who this car belongs to. As his, as maybe hack the DMV right quick.
Sure. Yeah.
Can I make a hacking roll?
You sure can.
I've been waiting
Please
for this
do.
since I read Snow Crash the first
Hack
time.
the planet, man.
Okay, so you ready for this? I'm gonna try to hack this using my personal computer, which always has Wi-Fi access, and on my integrated suit, which I've already described
Pretty
using.
good data plan.
And because of my super speed, I'm really fast at hacking stuff. Because I have training in computers and hacking and an eye for detail. But since NASA popped up, that is one of my weaknesses for my hacking.
Yes.
So are we back down to 6? Okay.
Yes.
NASA is your
Roll
Min-max.
That's your
NASA.
Just NASA.
Just NASA.
I love it.
Just as a company, as the ethos
Really
of
good.
NASA.
14.
Yeah. So
They've
with
been lying to
6,
us. I'm telling you, Gibbs.
I will give you an extra clue for the excellent roll. So you have 7 questions that I have to answer truthfully and completely.
7.
7.
Jeez.
Okay. Who is this in the car?
Is
Well,
it NASA?
In fact, this
he a
is
NASA
really
official?
freaking you out because you just figured out this is one of the higher up executives of the Orimaka Industries. Orimaka, which was one of your target phrases. And his name is David Nguyen, I guess is technically the correct pronunciation.
NGY.
Nguyen.
Win.
That win. We're gonna go with that. I don't know how to pronounce these names.
That's it.
Like why got Finn?
Okay. So
Like on
question
win.
number 1. This guy's made a win, even though he's dead. So he's just kind of starts saying out loud to Sana, like, all right, so I've been researching this company. I got some alerts with NASA and the Orimaka company. This guy's an executive with it. That project that I wanted to talk to you about, the next mission, involves Project Legacy. I think this could be it. So, I feel free anyone to help me out here, please. 'Cause I'm
It's
like-
all just about the game. He's thinking you have questions to ask.
yeah,
Yes.
like I can. Where is this car is registered to him? Yes. Like,
Yes.
This is his car.
Yes, this is his car.
Okay.
I will not force that to be a clue. You got it from running the plates and facial rec, I guess, right?
So I assume it's a pretty a highly advanced car.
Yeah, it's a nice car. Too bad it's ruined.
So could I, in the whole hacking process, because I have also hacked the car and like figured out its nav data, where did it come from tonight?
That was going to be
That's
my
a
question.
really great question. The
was it
fairground. The abandoned fairground.
Abandoned fairground. What the hell is this guy going to be doing out there? Got to be worse than I thought. It involves clowns also. All right.
Did you find anything on his GPS about where he would be going to?
Did he have like, hey, take me here? Like, did he have an origin that he was headed to?
No, there was no GPS. There was no address entered. He was probably coming back on his unknown route, so he didn't use GPS.
Okay. Is there what in the news lately has he been known for? Is there any blurb in like tech industry about possible mergers, deals coming down the pipeline, stuff like that? Like, what would he be involved in the public face?
Publicly, there was nothing really crazy happening, but from some of the research that you were trying to do that the company was maybe trying to get into the medical industry. That was not publicly stated, but
They were moving to medical. Okay.
possibly,
Okay.
yeah.
And what were they usually? Like, what was the company
Usually they
usually known
were chemicals, like pharmaceutical.
for?
But they were talking about like hospital, like actually like further acquisition outside of like just the pharmaceutical side of things.
Oh, let me tell you, once they get the drugs on lockdown, they control the price, they control demand, then the gray market springs up, rises prices, entire economies. I could go all night. Anyway, Literally, I'm a pharmacy tech. It was
He
actually fun.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, yeah, no, I deal with it every day. Okay, so that's 5. 2 more. Anybody got anything?
Did he?
Family.
What was this guy?
Something
What was this guy
else.
known for? Is he a scientist like himself?
Yeah.
Like,
What was his position?
yeah. What was
He
his
was-
specialty or whatever? Or was he
He
just
was
the
a
money?
Yeah, he was the face. He was one of the faces, like board of director type.
Okay.
He was kind of a douchebag as far as like reputation goes.
Did he have any kind of record? Even like, I guess maybe that'd be
Parking
more of a question.
tickets,
Okay.
minor stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna give those to you as part of the record lookup for like the DMV and the registration. That would have been included as part of that. So you still have 2 questions.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, you can hang on to them until something else unfolds as well in the case within that scene. So you can always hold on to. You can bank clues and juice,
Right.
but you have to use
Okay,
it within
well,
within that scene.
Okay,
It's
well,
like a
as we're
lid
walking
wall.
around, as we're walking around, I'm gonna kind of go up to Gibbs because maybe I've like seen him before and tried to warn him about stuff, and he's probably just told me to just f off. I'm a crackpot.
Yeah.
And just kind of go up to him and be like, "Listen, Gibbs, I know we don't see eye to eye on everything, but
What are
I
you
think
doing
something
here?
major's happening."
Yeah, I know you do, buddy. That's your whole psychosis. I look towards the woman that he's with. Hey, ma'am, are you his carer or something? This guy's he comes around every week.
He's a friend of mine. Sorry, he sometimes gets off on his investigations, and just don't mind him. As I try to kind of maybe pull him away a little bit from the officer, so we're not gonna get in trouble.
No,
Don't worry.
Officer Gibbs, this is a CEO for Aramika Industries.
Who?
It's something I found when I. Oh shit.
When what?
I came upon some knowledge in some old NASA databases,
There it
and
is.
it
There it
it
is.
involves this industry and something called Project Legacy. I haven't put all the pieces together, but this is
Oh.
the guy heading up that project. He was out at the
Okay.
fairgrounds tonight.
Okay,
it
well, then
seemed
we
like
could-
you'll
you know
notice
what? You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call up my buddy and I'm gonna check his ID, and we'll prove it to you, and we'll see, won't we? And Gibbs is fully expecting for this information to be false. Like he's like, this guy comes and tells me that NASA is invading every weekend, so like it's gonna. I go like check
I'll
his
wait.
ID, and then yeah, check his ID.
Sana just
Looks
shakes her
like-
head.
It-
It's all happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna do? Do you want to do an investigate for like anything on him and in the car, like physically?
Yeah. Let's do that. So that's a police badge, criminal records, because I'm probably going to call up and check his record. And then I'm going to use my mythos piece of the puzzle and see memories. And in fact, you know, even what? Sense danger as well. Because I want to know if
like
this guy was like, knew he was in danger when he was dying. And then I think my
Okay.
existential dread hits in when I learn that Morris is right.
Yeah.
And
He also had
maybe-
a parking ticket 8 months ago.
yeah, 4 to 12.
Nice.
Big.
Yes, 5 questions that pertain to him and the inside of the vehicle.
Okay.
So many clues.
So many clues. What to do? I'm gonna, search his body and to see if there's anything on him. Did he have anything on him, or maybe in his hands as he was dying?
Yes. So
I'm still
you find
inspecting him. So you just
Okay.
like push me out of the way and as you're doing your stuff. Like,
Excuse me. How rude.
So as
It's okay,
you're
Pop- it's okay,
kind of,
Pops.
you do find an ID that does David when you find some credit cards. There's an American Express black card to the company that lo and behold, Morris just mentioned. And there's a receipt from the diner. So there's that.
Yeah, at this point I look back, like having known who this guy is, and say, okay, this is weird, because you're actually right for the first time, Morris, that I've known you in so many ways. For the first time, you're right.
Hang on just a second. Officer, hang on just a second. Could you say that again in my sane ear? Because what you just said sounded crazy as shit.
Hey.
I was what?
Have you met my friend here, Mr. Crane? Now, you might be fucking crazy in one way, but he's fucking scary on a whole other level. Isn't that right, Crane?
So I just sort of look over silently, intimidating.
And you know what you did, Morris? You interrupted
With
that man's
mask on.
pancakes. You interrupted that man's pancakes.
Well, that's a sacred thing. I don't recall how I interrupted it since the wreck happened out here.
I don't know how you're
cause
connected to all of this, but clearly everything, like you say, is all connected. So I'm going to attribute some arbitrary blame to you like you do to NASA. Who's your friend who you've convinced into all of this?
Miss Atwood. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi. A business partner with Mr. Morris.
Oh, good
here.
Lord. Oh, good God. I'm so sorry.
I'm just surprised that it's
the worst news I've heard all day, and someone just died in there. That's terrible.
I'm just surprised that his research has actually worked for once.
You're surprised. Wow. You're brave. You're on so many levels. You're brave. But yeah, my name's Detective Russell Gibbs. This is my associate Ordell Novak, and
Hello, pleasure.
associate of mine, I suppose, Mr. Shepard Crane. Nice guy, really.
Pleasure
Hello.
to meet you all.
Pleasure.
So something weird's going on.
All right, listen. All right.
Morris, you got any ideas that don't sound super crazy? Just a little bit of crazy is fine. I can do a little bit of crazy. I used to know a guy named Pedro who was fucking crazy, but a little bit crazy.
Pedro from down 212.
Pedro.
Yeah, he's all Quaid, you know. He'd like that.
Yeah.
He'd like it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I used to fix his router. Just haven't turned it off, turned back on, but I never told him that. I charged him every time.
I even knew that. Is that really what you have to do?
It's a trade secret, sir. But yeah, it's pretty much all they're doing when they come and fix your cable and whatnot. Now this is going to sound, what's the word? Illegal, but it is germane to the subject at hand. I might have hacked NASA, as in, I might have hacked their systems. Yeah, I might have broken in through their weak ass firewalls.
You hacked fucking NASA?
Well, I had to find out the truth, officer, as I have told you repeatedly. NASA lies. So, guess what I found out? They lie. But what I also found out, next to the lies, is a little bit of truth. And that truth involves that man right there that is dead, and a little thing called Project Legacy. Now, I'm going to tell you what just happened. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you. And he puts his glasses up to you, and you see an alert with NASA, Project Legacy, and this guy's name flashing. That happened the second that car crashed. The very second. Well, you know what? Let me have those back. You don't need to worry about that kind of tech. It's not really on the market yet. So anyway,
I've seen that before, like 3 years ago, but it's gone now. I feel like.
What you just told, that was an Xbox. No, what you just told me was illegal on so many levels.
Look. The information irrelevant. What we have now is important things to learn about this dead man here. So let's try not to think about how it was discovered.
Oh, it's happening again. It's happening again.
you recognize the name David Wen. Given your social status, you know he was one of the top executives at that company, and he often frequented clubs. He was kind of a womanizer, a little bit. Not like too overtly, but on occasion. Oftentimes with women that were already with a partner for whatever reason. So you didn't like him too much, I imagine.
If it means anything, I recognize the name, David Wynn. Not a favorite, not a good reputation that he has.
Oh yeah, in what regard?
Let's just say, I guess when he wasn't running the company, he was at the local clubs. I frequent as well, and might have tried to make a few passes at me, unsuccessfully though. It's a little bit of a sleazy guy, let's just say that much.
Became a teenage drama hit. I'm thinking this guy just died.
Can I use one of my clues to kind of research if he had any dating profiles, things like that, people he might have talked to that way? You're muted.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Muted.
You're muted. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, I'm muted. It's fine. Yes,
Paint us a charade picture.
Many profiles
Sounds like.
at different locations, like different websites. So we have one over here and one over here. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
All of them
he's
were
just
kind of different depending on which site it was. So if it was like more about like the romantic, he would be a little bit more like candles and wine and dine and stuff. If it was more of like the hookup site, it was definitely more party boy.
Yep. This is a grade A piece of trash. Yep. Okay.
Wait. Let's slow down here for one minute. Okay, a man's just died. Don't know how he died. Doesn't look like the doc. The doc said he didn't die from the car crash. Okay, died from something else. Maybe a heart attack. Maybe one of any of them. Correct. A million things. Sure, maybe he's involved in some of this NASA shit that you broke so many laws to get a hold of. But
I paid the price, sir.
I feel like the only sane one that I can trust right now is Crane, and that scares me.
What have I done?
What about your old friend there?
I mean, he looks.
He didn't know
looks
where
to
the
be
coffee
slipping
was.
into
It was in
senility,
front of his
but-
eyes. Crane, tell me that we're being crazy here.
So since Crane's been quiet for a while and they've been talking amongst themselves, when he turns to talk to me, can it be that I've slipped back inside and got the plate of pancakes and I'm stood there with them on in one hand?
Absolutely.
I just sort of,
Yes.
my mask is slightly pulled up and he's just like funneling them in and he's like, what?
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
They are damp pancakes, but they're pancakes nonetheless.
Oh God!
They get too damp, they start breaking apart, and it's not even worth it. He knows.
Well, looks like you're
Sorry,
only safe
Gibbs,
and,
what?
has made the right choice here.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you got a hot take, Crane, on the situation about a man dying and the conspiracy of NASA while you're eating those pancakes?
Well, sounds like it's going to be a long night. Didn't want an empty stomach.
True.
That's right.
That's the right idea.
It's already feels like it's been a very long night. Felt like it's been a couple hours.
Well, I had to toddle to the bathroom. The coffee went right through me.
That's great.
Okay. As he just like stops the investigation and waddles into the diner.
Let's just say,
Looks like it's
for
just
a minute
us, then.
that I believe you guys, that there's some kind of conspiracy going on. Because I'll admit, kind of weird that the guy just died, and you were right about who he was. So that's strange. Should we take
He
a look
wasn't
around?
driving erratically at the end either. He just kind of like crashed.
That's true. Also, yeah, I don't trust the
You
police.
have 4 questions left, by the way.
And I still have one, right?
All right.
Yeah, you have 2 left. Oh no, you
Well, no,
used that
I-
one. So yeah.
Yeah, for the dating profile.
Yeah.
I want to look
Well,
up
I mean-
any property that David owned. So if he owned some like weird, creepy trailer park out in the middle of nowhere,
he uses to dump
Yeah.
bodies or something, you know, like,
No.
or just like legit
no.
property that he owns, like a house.
Yeah, no off the grid stuff. He's got a house. He's got a second house, but it's like a penthouse at the top of one of the larger buildings in downtown. Actually, maybe on where he was going, but
Right.
he could have been going either way, really. Probably turning in for the night. It's so late that you're not surprised, really, on that front.
Yeah, do you have time for it?
Wait a minute. Does he have a phone on him? There we go.
Yeah, he most certainly does.
Well, I'm just gonna like look for its Bluetooth signal because I assume it's on and connected to the car.
Yeah.
And I want to look through his contacts tonight, see who he talked to, he texts, anything like that. I want a social media profile breakdown of this guy. Excuse me.
Okay.
And start kind of drumming on top of the car.
Yeah.
You start to notice after a while there's a certain rhythm to it.
Yes. So you get a few different contacts, a lot of corporate contacts that you've seen before, both at the company and some others throughout the city. Nothing that really sticks out to you. There's a few women's phone numbers in there. They're all first names, and they don't actually look like real names, but more like nicknames. And then you get the phone number of one Ellie Woodworth and another phone number for a construction company called Woodworth Construction. And that stands out to you because why would this person, you know of that company, and it's a really small business, and why would somebody at David's level bother contacting that kind of a small contracting company?
On a similar note, I'd like to ask into whether or not he had any close friends or known associates.
Most of his friends either worked with him at his company or maybe like old college buddies. Nothing that seems like out of the ordinary or strange contacts on that front.
Great.
Well, I will share my Woodworth info with the good detective. I think that's probably going to be the next thing we need to follow up on, if you ask me.
Woodworth. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, what the hell? What the hell's he going to be doing with them?
What kind of business are they in?
Well, I mean, it's construction, but it's a small. It's like small fry. Like, why would a big wig like this be talking to a small fry like that?
Yeah, can I dig up with my, records, when the company was started and who the founder is, that kind of information?
Sure can.
Like sort of public record, sort of?
Yeah. The construction company belongs to Paul Woodworth. It actually, when you look up that record in the police, it comes up as a missing person.
Well, I'll be dipped in shit.
Paul Woodworth, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's
What
not.
what did you
That's
discover?
Paul Woodworth is the founder and CEO of the company, but he's a missing person right now. And this
Reported
guy
by
was
his
involved-
wife, by
His
the
wife
way.
reported it. Yeah.
And that was recently?
Yeah, this morning. I'm sorry, this evening. This evening, not morning.
Well. If the strings don't start connecting.
Yeah. That's a little...
Starting to believe me there, detective?
Maybe. There's something to look into there.
Just as a reminder, I think you still have 2 questions left. You haven't searched the vehicle yet, to my knowledge. So I don't know if you want to bank those or use them now.
Yeah, I searched his person, but not the vehicle, so I'll do a quick sweep to see if there is anything in there that is maybe like a briefcase or that kind of thing.
Okay. What is the specific question you want to ask? You can be vague about it.
Was there anything else in the car?
Yes. There was a Magnum revolver inside the glove compartment.
Okay,
Recently fired.
Recently fired. Okay. That's worrying. I bring it out and probably put on my little gloves and put it into an evidence bag. This firearm's recently been shot, and Paul Woodworth has gone missing. This morning, reported in this evening. Do you have a license?
No.
All right.
No license. Oh, good son. All right. Yeah.
Right, what did I miss?
Oh, strangely a lot. How you catch him up? Take me 10 minutes.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Raymond just also found out that he was coming from abandoned fairgrounds when he was looking into things. That's quite concerning.
The abandoned fairgrounds. Construction. Is there any construction work that's being done or was being done on the abandoned fairgrounds?
Yes, that is your last question, and yes, he was hired to help restore the fairgrounds.
All was?
Yep.
Okay, this is more than coincidental now, and we may have a murder on our hands. If maybe he had a heart attack, I don't know what's happened to this guy in here, but Paul is certainly missing. This guy clearly knew Paul, coming from the abandoned fairground, and Paul most likely is at the abandoned fairground because he was hired to work there and restore the whole place. So we might need to get down there and take a look. Ambulance should deal with the rest of this.
Right.
Right?
And Ellie Woodworth, again, was the wife or the daughter? of
The
Paul
wife of Paul Woodworth, yeah.
Okay.
She was the one who reported him missing about a few hours ago, actually. So, like, you guys are in the late evening, like really late, closing in on midnight, and that was reported maybe like 6 o'clock.
And from the NAB info, about what time is that compared to when this guy was at the fairground?
He left the fairground maybe an hour or two ago. I'll go with.
So Paul was reported missing before he left the fairground.
Yes.
All right.
Do I
Well-
get down there? What do you guys say?
I think we should pay a visit to the fairgrounds, see what's going on down there.
Right, yes. I also think we could, yes.
Yes. Like to
What
see
about you?
what has happened.
What about you, Crane?
Can I go on a ride if I come along?
It's abandoned, right? There's no. It's
But
not
can
like
we
it's-
turn it on, or is it no, nothing?
I don't. Sure. Let's say yes.
Hey.
Let's say yes, and it's.
All
No,
right,
no.
yes.
Hey, tell you what, Crane. I will
All
make
right,
sure
yes.
one of those rides get going.
Excellent.
You
Yes,
have my
I'm in.
solemn vow.
While you guys are
Sounds
kind of
like
talking, and Crane, you're answering this question, out of your peripheral vision, and almost like that sixth sense you get, it seems like somebody's watching you guys.
Am I able to look into that more with one of my power tags?
Only Crane notices that somebody's
just
watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
for the time being.
so can I use acute senses to sort of feel out what direction that's coming from and maybe like look over?
Yes. Absolutely.
Adorable senses.
Shall I roll for that?
If you want to investigate to figure out where it is, and ask questions about it.
So if I do
Let's see.
+1.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else you have here that would help, but I'm not sure. Probably not. Okay. Yeah, +1.
Okay.
Yikes. Okay. You can ask me one question, but the response will be vague.
Strange, but I want to know if I smell anything about them. If they have a smell. I sort of sniff in that direction.
You get a very, very light hint of alcohol. You're not really sure what it is specifically or anything like that, or how close, but like maybe from a flask, kind of like somebody's been drinking or whatever.
So can I then relay to everybody standing around, sort of say, I think somebody's watching us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do that.
Oh well. Since I already got in the cameras, I'm going to get back in the cameras and try to see if I can see who's watching us
Okay.
without like drawing attention to myself.
Okay. I'll give you that in just a sec.
Oh.
What's up?
Am
right?
I able to use aware of every tiny movement around me to try to see if I can notice who's watching us?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Okay, so I'll roll for it. Just the +1. Just so.
Yeah, do you... Anything else you want to add to it?
I think that would be it, so, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Good roll. So that is a 12. 2 questions that you can ask, and I will answer them truthfully or give you a solid lead.
Where is the person in relation to us? Are they inside the diner or somewhere else?
They are at one of the residential apartment buildings across the way with a very good vantage point of the crime scene in the 2nd floor.
Don't take this the wrong way, guys, but I think there's somebody in the apartment building watching us, so try to...
Man, there's all kinds of freaks around. You can never tell about people sometimes.
And am I able to, my next question, am I able to get a look at what this person looks like by any chance?
They are too far away, so if you want to ask me a different question, you can.
Okay. How are they watching us? Are they, do they have any sort of binocular, or like they're really getting a close look, or just kind of being secretive about it? Are they being obvious about it?
It would be really hard to tell, but what I'll give you here is that you can see when you kind of glance up briefly at the window that they're looking from, the blinds kind of move for a second. You think you maybe saw either a camera lens or maybe binoculars. It's hard to tell at the distance you guys are at, plus the rain, plus it's being dark. So definitely either some kind of magnifying, well, both of those magnify, but you're not sure if it's pictures or just live.
Oh yeah, we're definitely being watched. Okay. There's somebody up there, got some sort of lens. I don't know if they're taking photos. I'm gonna just...
It's fucking weird.
That is weird.
Not paparazzi. If they were, perhaps they would, this guy's some kind of celebrity that'd be down here crawling all over us.
Yeah,
That's
Should,
creepy.
that is very creepy.
Do I? You know, maybe if the rest of us go and one of us stays behind or kind of routes around, they might not expect us to just jump on them. Anyone sneaky?
Well, I'm not very sneaky, but I can get places pretty quick. I mean, like, quick like a pig on shit.
Okay.
I do the opposite. I can get there slowly.
You'll never see that
Quiet.
coming.
Let's try that.
Did you want to? Yeah. Did you want to do anything else, Morris? Because I know we kind of like moved off with your search. Is there anything that you were looking for specifically?
I mean, I was just looking to see if I could get a view of them without, obviously, like, you know, just if there's like a street camera pointed at the building, like, so I could see kind of what, you know.
Yeah, it wouldn't have hit the second floor, but there
Okay.
is a camera that's at that apartment. Like, you can see the front of the building. So, yeah.
Well, I could maybe provide a distraction.
That could work too.
I could maybe like try to do something about the power in that building, throw them off for a second, give y'all time to scamper up there.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Lots
Yeah, I
of
like
time.
that.
I mean, how much you need there, Pops? You got what's your 40? Like 4.5 minutes? What?
And depending if there's an elevator that works, I believe.
Maybe maybe you
It's only the second floor.
No, it's
Did I stutter? I would like an elevator.
Well, I was gonna try to like take the power out, but I guess I could put it back on once we're like over there.
I could like stay
Right.
downstairs. It's not a big deal.
yeah. Let's go with
I
that
mean-
one.
Yeah, it's up to y'all.
It's only the second floor.
Right. Practically hear you up there.
So, can I maybe basically like move over to like a street corner, light a cigarette, and be like cough because he's just doing it to like look nonchalant. And he doesn't really smoke.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But he moves over towards like the transformer box for this corner, like this block that's down on the street corner. And I want to just try to overload that for a second. Like, you know, just do a thing. It's a little trick I learned. You know, it's just one of those things that recycle the power, cuts the power off for like 20 seconds, and then it boots back up. But just enough to maybe give him a bit of a distraction.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do that. Crane, you knowing this plan, is there anything in particular that you would like to do?
He's itching to make the move towards the apartment, but he's trying to hold back. He's waiting for Gibbs to move, and then he will follow very quickly behind him in his stride.
Okay. So the power cuts out,
Yep. And then
Okay.
and that's
I'm gonna beeline it.
okay. There's, I mean, like, is everybody?
I'll follow
Rushing?
for sure.
I'm gonna try to beat them to the door. Like I want to try to use my super speed to get there, but like try to be nonchalant if I can. So I'm
So
kind
you
of
don't want
pushing
them
it.
to
So
notice
therefore,
that you're doing it?
I want them to not notice. I'd rather than just be like,
Okay.
"How the fuck did you get over here?" You know,
Okay.
one of those things.
Okay. That's fine. You can do that.
Is it just like a power roll?
Unless you
with
really
using
want to
this-
roll.
Oh no.
If you really want to roll, you can.
I'll be good. Kind of want to just like
Yeah.
a quick, and I'm at the door. Like,
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So you guys get to the door and Morris is already there, waiting for you.
come on now, Pops. Come on, hurry up.
What? How?
think about
Told
it.
you.
Just eat the pancakes.
Told you, I'm quick.
Fucking creepy is what you are.
He's a little bit, but he gets the job done. So
Kind of like spitting like a cigarette out, and like, huh. That stinks.
Okay. So fast track up to the second floor, going to the apartment that is the same one that Sana pointed out as being where that person is. Are you guys busting in the door, sneaking in, knocking?
Busting in.
Yeah, I think I looked at
Oh,
give one look to Crane and
busted
like,
in.
yeah.
Let's do
you're
it.
the officer. You have the
Okay.
power to do that.
Is there someone crying in there? And I'm
Okay. So Crane is
Come
busting
right
in the
now.
door. Let's
go under the cry of reasonable cause.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it due to the character that you have, so you're gonna just describe to me what happens as you're going up here, and are you kicking it in, punching it, like what's happening?
Yeah, Crane just strolls down the hallway. He sort of counts the doors as he's going by with his finger, and then when he gets to the door, he just takes a small step back and just launches himself forward, and he kicks it at the just at the hinges, and it just comes completely off, and it just like flies
Nice.
inside the apartment.
Fantastic. Love it. Okay. Great. Inside you see a kind of lanky looking guy. He's got a fedora to top it all off. And he's wearing a dark suit. And he appears to be quite surprised as he turns to look, and he has a camera with a large photo lens in his hands that he immediately drops and tries to make it for another door.
I want to be like right in front of the door that he's trying to make it to before he gets there. And just kind of be standing there like,
Okay.
hey.
Blink.
Yeah, it's just kind of there's like you'll see kind of a strobe light of flashes. Is it's just kind of like, and I'm just kind of over there like, we don't need to do this. Come on now.
He kind of looks at you and like looks back because he doesn't understand how you got there, and tries to take a swing at you. So,
yeah. Well,
I
we don't
think-
go this way, huh?
face danger. We
Yeah,
haven't
I'm
done this
gonna
one
have
yet, have we?
I'm gonna.
We haven't.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to use because I was like watching him and all of his motions and everything. Would you say I could use my eye for detail from my computer building electronics? Would that be like noticing small details? Like is that stretching?
Would you
He's got
say that you are familiar with hand-to-hand combat?
I mean, I've been in a scrap or two. You know, my daddy used to hit me a couple times, but I mean, in my power itself, I have dodge bullets as a way to get out of danger,
Okay.
so I'm quick. So I would use
Okay.
my super speed and dodge bullets to just kind of like get out of the way.
Okay,
Those plus two?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 8.
Okay, an 8. Yes, that's good. On an 8, you're going to take the status at a -1 tier, so you're just going to take a 1 for bruised as he kind of punches you. It's a pretty weak punch, though. You're like, wait, really? It doesn't phase you too much, but it he gets you like right in the side of the jaw here, and I will let someone else action here real quick. Crane is first in the door, so there's that.
What's going on up there?
steps in. He sees this going on, but his first thought is that he's kicked the door in, but he steps in and then he's like steps to the side. He's waiting for Gibbs to come through. Him being a police officer, he wants him to like step in and he's sort of let him take control of the scene.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come in and just kind of shout "freeze" at the guy, and have my pistol out and point it towards him and attempt to just make him stop, attacking
Okay.
Raymond.
Okay. Sounds good. Anybody else doing anything?
Sana will also walk in and try to talk to the guy. Say, whoa, you running away from us? Good sir, you're the one that was taking photos of us. So why don't you explain exactly what you were doing?
Okay. Yeah, as Gibbs has the gun pointed to him, he's at this point starting to raise his arms because he knows he's pretty much cornered. There's no way, aside from jumping out a 2-story building, there's really not a lot of options here for him. So he kind of turns around and he looks at his camera and then he looks at the window and he looks back at his camera and then you guys, and you can tell he's really considering it. So
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
anybody, either
I want to
Morris
take the camera
or
away from him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
or Crane.
yeah.
Well, the camera's on the ground. He's trying to figure out. Here's what you guys will get: is it's close to the window, so he's, from what you can tell, he's trying to figure out if he can get to the camera and jump out the window in time.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
nod to Crane as I got like gun pointed at him. Like, get it.
okay, so you can see, Crane. You can see the initial motion. He's lunging towards the window.
I want to
and
get.
he's going to try to grab his camera.
I want to make a lunge for the actual guy, not the camera, and hold him. Sort of just leap at him, basically. With both
Okay.
I was
hands
going to
out.
try to make
So-
a lunge for the camera.
Double team.
Okay, so Crane will act first. This is going to be a go toe-to-toe.
Okay.
Because you are trying to gain control. So go ahead and give me your power tags. And
Unbreakable hide. Inhuman strength for the leap. All fighter. And vengeful, because I don't like people taking my picture. So I'm annoyed. So it'd be
Fair.
4.
or -2 for the slippery status that he has. So 2.
Okay. Let's do this.
Good roll. Okay. Let's see. So you are going to manage to achieve your goal, and you can give them a status equal to your power. So 2 power, you can give him a 2 status. So describe to me exactly what you do as he is like midway through leaping for his camera as he's trying to scoop it up and move to this window.
I kind of want Crane to leap at him and they go through the window together. Is that an option?
Oh,
Do
shit. Love it.
Do
So
it.
Crane leaps at him and he gets sort of 2 hands on him, but the guy's already in motion and it's just the momentum takes them both towards the window, and as sort of Crane pulls him close to him in sort of a hug close to his chest and turns his back, so his back goes through the window and they're just gonna plummet down from the second
It'd be
floor,
like,
but Crane's gonna take the hit.
No.
Okay. Do
and-
you want him to drop the camera in the apartment, or did he manage to take it with him?
Did I?
Yeah, because Morris is sort of going for it. So maybe like as he drops it, Morris is being super quick and he like even catches it from hitting the floor because he's like so fast as we go through the window. And maybe we like land on a car outside or something, and it's completely dense in, but Crane takes the brunt of it, and he's just like, he's holding him to his chest.
Okay. Morris, does that sound good to you? Grabbing it kind of like
great.
midair?
Yeah, I was actually
Okay.
going to like teleport over there instead of moving. Like there's just a pulse of light, and just I appear over there with the camera and like move back and let them kind of like Olay, a bullfighter,
Oh,
just like
nice.
let them go by.
Love it.
Love
it.
And just kind
Okay.
of with a flourish, and then hold the camera out to Gibbs. Told you I'm quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Run
Okay.
to a window to see. Buddy's
Yeah,
okay.
as you run to the window, you hear this crash. Crane, go ahead and describe what happens to the car as 2 men's worth of body weight just smashes from a second-story window to the top of the car.
Did I try to catch them? Not me, but like vines.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you know that
I mean,
this is,
if-
did
if-
you manage
if
to
you
get
want.
to that floor?
I'm outside still. I didn't go upstairs.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Is that
If you
is that
want to
cool?
change the game to do that, it's up to you guys.
I mean,
Yeah, that sounds good.
more
Sounds
that cool
good to me.
to catch you.
I could just picture you
I don't
like
know if
you're
you wanted
slowly waddling over towards the apartment, and then you see the windows smash, and you're like, oh.
Right.
I kind of want to
and then
see
just
you try it, but I also want to see it fail. Like both, I want to see
Yeah.
it move out.
right.
yeah. Yeah, go ahead and change the game to do that. And
Okay.
I think I'm.
tell me. Yeah.
Sure. So it's raining. So just add water. Entangling vines. Pension. All right. And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else that would work. Be kind to others,
Okay. Yeah.
and maybe truly wants peace.
Convince me on that one.
All right, I'll take that as a no. So yeah, be kind to others. Entangling vines, raining. That's 3.
Yes.
Cool. It's raining too. Weak joints, arthritis. So I guess it's 2.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So
Storm's coming.
yeah, I didn't think about that one. I guess if it's raining, I guess if there's water nearby. But if it's raining, then it's just
Yeah.
cancels out. All right. I'm gonna. That's a 2 plus. A 9?
Okay. A 9 is a mild success, so that's good. So you can create a story tag. I think that's more appropriate for this particular success. So tell me exactly what you do, what it looks like, and we'll apply the effect. So it can be like, I don't know, vine
Sure.
hammock or something. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever you want to
Maybe
call
there's
it.
like a small. It's a vine hammock. So maybe there's like a small. There truly is a banana hammock. So there is outside. There's like a small tree, like I don't know, urban tree. So it's got like the fence around it and the sidewalk. And I'm like, and I'm under it. And then like maybe at the time I'm close enough that I just touch the tree, and then like the bushiness of the tree just kind of like morphs over, and as they're falling, the leaves and the branches reach out and slow their fall, but not necessarily catch them. So
Okay.
they probably won't dent the car as much, but at least they have some leaves to break their fall. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'll
Little
do.
cushioning. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. So, Crane, you get to describe to us what happens as Novak has this like weird moment with the tree, and these branches kind of come out further for some reason, and the leaves kind of start to almost morph into like the length of your body, and you hit the initial tree leaves and are now continuing down. So with a lesser effect, is there anything that happens to the vehicle besides the initial dent? The front windows might shatter, maybe. It's up to you.
I think Crane's pretty heavy, and he's got the guy with him, so it's like lessened, but still just all the windows go out when they hit the roof of like, it's like a taxi cab, and like the sign goes in and just everything shatters out and the sort of windscreen comes in.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect.
Unfortunately for you guys, the impact, as much as Crane did cradle him, he's not injured, but it looks like he may have hit his head a little bit, so he got knocked out. The person that was in the building, he's knocked out. No like visible blood or anything like that. Just kind of like conked his head a little bit on that front. So, with that said, you guys at the top, as you're looking out the window, you see the fall, and then you hear the glass and other car alarms start going off in the street. The ambulance has since pulled up to the other vehicle that had crashed at the lamppost where you guys found the dead man, David, and the lights come back on in the building.
30 seconds exactly.
Fuck. The fuck was Crane doing?
That was.
Hey, man.
Sana goes to look out the window and look down.
I mean,
I think your
he was
guy-
mad about those
your guy's
fucking
knocked out.
pancakes. I mean, I made a
when they
joke,
get-
he was fucking pissed.
Yeah, when they get soppy like that, I mean, it's no fun. When you don't need a knife to cut your pancakes, that means you've lost.
That means you've lost.
You should probably go help your friend. But
Crane looking
camera.
Crane's
Look
looking
on the
up
camera.
from like the dent. They're still laying there with the unconscious man next to him, and he just sort of waves up at the window gently.
I mean, he looks.
I sinned Deadpool too. This guy's sinned it as well. I think. He's
I mean,
fucking crazy.
I think he's like a stunt double from it. That's some crazy shit right there.
Yeah, that's.
Do you think maybe
the guy's
Detective?
alive?
Yeah, if you'll notice, that emergency service vehicle has arrived, and that means that more of your brethren will be en route. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should, stay and make statements and whatnot, but maybe we should not stay and make statements and whatnot.
Yeah, I've got my own troubles with that. I agree.
Well, then maybe we should take this our new friend here and take him somewhere private for a talk.
Yes. Okay. Definitely no torture. Just so we're clear. Zero torture.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna look at these pictures and maybe hack his phone, but whatever
you
you're
look
into,
like
man, no judgment.
You look like a torturer. That's all I'm saying. You may not be one, you just look like one. That's the thing I thought when I looked at you. Classic torturer. No.
I'm a gentle heart.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. So, is there any particular place that you guys are opting to go with this unconscious man?
I mean, I got a place on this side of town. It's just kind of like a 5x10 like storage unit, but I have a few computers set up in there. It's kind of I wouldn't call it a safe house, but it's a place where I stay. It's my house, and I mean I do feel safe there.
Sounds terrible. Let's go.
But yeah, nobody knows I live there. I mean, it's one of those indoor numbers, so it's climate controlled and everything.
Too much information. Let's just go there.
Okay.
Okay.
And we go, and it's literally a 5x10, and it's got like a row of desks and like computers. There's a futon in the back, and so there's not a lot of room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can just imagine 6 people crammed in to an already crammed space. Do you bring the door down? Do you close the door?
I mean, we don't have to, but somebody could come by and just check on their stuff. I'll tell you what, I'll just go ahead and close this and just then kind of waddle by everyone. Excuse me, and kind of go back to my computer.
You have anything
The
to drink
roomiest
in here?
place in the whole room.
Oh yeah,
It's been
just
a
check
rough
the
day.
There should be a few taps in there. And there's like 3 Pabst Blue Ribbons.
This'll do.
So, how long
They're
have
like
you
6
been
months old.
All right.
Wow.
All right. So we're gonna go.
At least you got it here.
What we're what we're gonna
I like-
do is we're gonna montage right now, which is basically a downtime move that you guys can perform while this man is going to wake up from his unconscious state. So a couple of things can happen here. If you guys want to look at it, the move for montage, there's a few things that you can do. You just pick one. And so one of them will be, I'm kind of also explaining for the viewers, just a heads up. But you can give attention to one of your logos, which means that you can mark attention. In this case, since we're probably not going to have time to like level up, so to speak, you can still do it, but it's just something, you know, to keep in mind. We can work the case, which means that you would actually get 3 clues during this downtime that you can like use. Either in the future, or you can go ahead and ask me those questions now and we can resolve it. The other one is to explore your mythos, in which you tell everyone at the table basically what mystery you're exploring, so the question that you set up for your mystery, and then how you explore it. In that case, you'll gain 1 clue with that method to basically learn a little bit more about your mythos. The other thing you can do is prepare for your next activity, which allows you to recover burnt power tags or bank 3 juice to use in the future. They have to apply to the method that you use. So like if you bank juice from preparing to like physically endure harm, like by training or whatever, you have to use that juice towards that type of action in the future. The other thing you can do is recover from your last activity, which means removing any statuses that are affecting you. And that's pretty much it for that one. So we can do any one of those options. Everyone can do one, or you can opt not to do one. It's totally up to you.
Well, I'm gonna grab a bag of sweet peas from the fridge, and I'm gonna put it on my cheek where that guy punched me, and try to get rid of this bruise. Cause I can't mess up the money maker.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Yep, you can absolutely 100% do that. Go ahead and remove that status.
Cool.
Anybody else? While this is
I think I
happening,
got it.
obviously. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll work the case and follow up on a few leads with our new buddy here.
Okay.
And,
So pictures.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there's-
look through the
there's-
camera.
Okay.
How do you
Perfect.
connect the HDMI USB cable port? I need you to take the pictures from the camera and put them onto the screen space port.
Oh yeah, don't you worry about that. And then in like the coolest montage ever, you see him like pull pieces of computer off of his like waist and like little like pockets, like cargo pants pockets and stuff like that. And he like
around like
slams
pistols.
together a computer and just it's like Commando but with computers. And what you end up with is like basically like a small tower with a keyboard, and he hooks it into the monitor, big like 35-inch screen monitor that's basically just the wall, and he plugs in the camera and he's like, yep, just arrow left and right, couldn't be easier or harder, as the first picture starts displaying up.
Yep.
Okay.
I start flicking through them and seeing what you were taking photos of, really.
Perfect. Okay, that'll be 1 clue. So there's a few different people in there. There's towards the very end, like where the more recent pictures are, is pictures of you guys at the crime scene, zoomed in shots of each of your faces, a picture of the actual like full scene with the diner kind of off to the side a little bit. Not super visible due to his location in the apartment, but you can see the car, the smoke billowing, the lamppost, all that, and the rain is obstructing some of it, so thus he is zooming in to see each of you guys. So he's got pictures of all of you. in there. He also seems, and this is something that Morris would probably point out, is that the camera was actually connected to Wi-Fi, and the photos did transmit. So that it was just not local. Wasn't only local. It did transmit out to an email. The email seems to be a way you would recognize as a way for somebody to cover their tracks. So you'd have to dig for quite a while to get to some kind of actual person. But I'll give you that. And then a couple other people that you don't necessarily recognize. There's a few pictures of David that you notice, still alive from earlier days. A couple pictures of him and two people in the diner appears to be arguing. The other person is with a woman. So it's between a man and a woman that David is arguing with. And that might have been the day before, or if you look at the timestamp, it's like the day before today that this happened and the picture was taken. There's a few pictures of the outside of David's apartment, the penthouse one, like looking at the building, and there's another one in the hallway, like marking this is where his house was, or his apartment is, etc. There's another person, a woman, also at the diner, one of the more recent ones. She appears to be kind of at one of the diner bar stools, but she's definitely paying attention to the argument, and there's a zoomed in shot of her kind of focusing her attention to that previous photo, like the image of that photo. So those are kind of the big things you get as far as people from that. There does not appear to be any other photos of like other groups, or it's very specifically focused on individuals.
You guys seeing all this shit?
Can I do a quick lookup of Woodworth Construction? And I mean, they probably have shitty commercials that play at 11:30 in the morning, or 11 at night. I'm sorry.
It's like 3 a.m. at this point, just as a heads up.
Yeah. But is the couple? Does it look like the guy in the photo is this guy Woodworth?
Yeah, and his wife.
And his wife, Ellie.
The couple arguing with David.
I don't know, detective. I mean, on the surface, you know what this looks like. This guy's probably like some kind of private eye or something. He's probably hired by one of these. Yeah, maybe some kind of love triangle, or maybe like a business deal gone wrong.
Could be. Suddenly he's been taking a real close look at a lot of people. I don't like it at all.
Well, I mean, you want to wake him up and talk to him?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best.
Maybe well, we probably shouldn't. Hang on, let me find something. I'm gonna go just find a piece of, like, a pair of old underwear or something. Just put it over his head so he can't see where he is.
Okay. That's great. While that's all happening, does anybody else want to montage?
It's like open the fly so he can talk through it. It's got a little weird mask, yeah.
Maybe could I prepare for the next activity?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to bank the 3 juice?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would like to
Got
do.
it. How would you like to prepare specifically so we know where this applies in the future?
I guess, is this something like that I would do as the character to kind of prepare for what we're doing next?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think that Sana's way of preparing is continuing to drink. She'd probably drink the rest of the beers in the fridge, whatever is left. Start to get a little buzz and get herself ready to go. This is great.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys.
Cool.
I'll talk to him.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
I think she's going to use her wiles.
Yeah. So you have 3 juice that you can spend in a similar fashion. The result of that, which would be probably like the charming and a little bit more outgoing part of things. How about either Crane or Novak? Do you guys want to do any montages? It's like 3 a.m. Grandpa hasn't gone to bed yet.
Yeah. That's where I was gonna go. I was like, maybe I could explore my mythos, and I was like, no.
You say that
I'm gonna
an hour change. Like, see, anytime you have a space, I'm listening.
Yeah. I've never been up this late in a long time. Does anybody have a cellular device I can borrow? I have to call the missus.
Oh yeah, man. Here you go.
Borrow?
And he tosses you one of the 8 phones that are just kind of sitting on his table. I hadn't used that one yet this month. You gotta have burners. That's how they track you.
So if I'm
And that actually is how we track people often.
See?
if I was to how do I if I just hit you type it.
Well, I mean, okay. What's the number?
And I give you the number.
I'll enter the number for him now. Just hit that green button. It looks like a phone. The phone shape.
Touch it. I just touch it. The screen.
The button, and I push the call button. There you go. Hear dot ring.
It's ringing.
Hard.
Okay.
Why is it always so hard?
Hello.
Modern technology.
Yes. Right. I'm not going to be home tonight. No, I'm fine. No, everything's fine. I'm out. We were at the diner. I've had too much coffee. I think she gave me caffeine instead of decaf. Yes, I know. I'm going to be up all night. I know. I'm out with some friends. Right there. She says hello. Yes. Right. Okay.
Hey.
Yes. I don't know if she could hear you. Did you say something?
You press speakerphone.
No.
That little speaker.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I did. No, sorry. Yes. All right. I thought you said something. Anyway, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Night. Good. Would you hang it up? Would you? Here.
Yep.
Deal.
I'll just take that.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna probably toddle to the rest to get some rest here. Is that? Pierre?
as I'm talking to Morris, I'm just gonna
go. Over here.
The futon over there, yeah.
Yeah, and he just like he leans back in it, trying to take up as little space as he can, and then just passes out. I don't know what that does mechanically or what we did there, but I'm going to change the game and I'm going to sleep. No, I don't know what. I don't know.
Technically, I would say that's probably preparing for the next activity. So if you want to bank 3 juice, I would say that one definitely falls into the grandpa routine, which is retired, a pension, that whole thing. So you can use, whenever you use the power tags from that theme book, you can apply the 3 juice to that move result.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now
So-
I know what's happening.
All connected.
I know, right? Crane, you are in a very small space with a lot of people and computers and electronic parts, and a woman who's shrinking.
I'm leaning against it's a closed shutter, right? Like it's like a garage, like a very small space. I'm as close as I can be to the entrance. I'm leaning against the shutter and shaking my head to myself, getting irritated with the phone business that's going on, and slowly that sort of just focusing on myself and that fading away as I tighten the wraps that are around my arms. So he has like fighter wraps like around his wrists and down the forearm, and so I'm just leaning against the shutter and sort of retightening those and focusing my mind. I'm tempted to explore my mythos in that moment,
Okay.
as he's quietly thinking to himself, and partly because I just want to see what that's all about as well.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Me too. Thank you. Someone did.
Yeah. Yes, that's really great. So your mystery, you can go ahead and tell us your mystery, which is the question that you have in there, and then tell us like what experiences are you having internally, whether they be thoughts or memories or anything like that that lead you down the path to an answer for that. You might not get the answer now, but it kind of starts filling in the gaps and the puzzle pieces for you.
So as he's tightening the wraps, he's thinking to himself, the mystery is, why do I have these urges? And so he's thinking probably to himself, like, why did I go through, like, I enjoyed going through that window, I enjoyed that moment of violence. It just kind of comes at a snap, and he's just sort of questioning himself, like, why does this keep happening?
Mm-hmm. Are there any visuals that come to mind for him while he's doing this, other than the window experience? Is there anything else that comes up?
When it's building up inside him, he hears drums. It's just sort of that gradually builds until he twists that valve and lets something out, usually violent.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Well done. So the way that works, guys, just to clarify, is because this is a player-focused game, the cues give you an opportunity to talk more about your mythos as you build up towards answers for it. Obviously, the MC can help give you those answers, but a lot of it is very internalized. So your experiences in the story help navigate, like what his example was with the window. So that's kind of how exploring your mythos works. So, good job. We got to do a lot of montage stuff. They're all different. So, okay, I would say at this point, everyone's probably spent, whether it's, Morris is hacking something, checking up on email reports or whatever else he's got that he's been digging into. Gibbs, you're probably slunked over in a corner, kind of catching as many diseases as you can. Yeah. Sana, you've already gone through the alcohol supply, so you might kind of turn in and be like, nothing else I can do at this point. So we're going to fast forward. Crane, do you sleep at all, or are you going to be awake the whole time? Just out of curiosity.
He stays awake.
Okay. So you stay awake for about 7 hours, which is actually surprisingly a lot of sleep for everybody. And Morris, do you ever fall asleep in the middle of the night, or are you more like a day sleeper?
I honestly, since the event happened, he hasn't slept. He hasn't been able to because of the photonic energy that it creates and everything. He just can't sleep because, it's just the way it is. Okay. So the two of you guys keep each other company to one way or another, probably with lots of silence and glances, until morning has risen. No? Do you talk? I tell him all about how this is all connected, and go through the whole. I regale him with virtual strings and pins and points in time and place and space. Yeah.
Aliens.
Crade, is there any particular response you have to his conspiracy theories?
I listen and wish that I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm politely disgruntled at the chattering.
Okay. Great. So midday arises since you guys went to bed at like 5 a.m. And now you kind of are in mid-afternoon and everyone kind of wakes up. Gibbs, you've got tons of messages, a couple things about police reports coming in about the dead guy from last night. You have a few other just generic stuff that you have to take care of that was outstanding from before. Novak, you wake up. I don't know if are you an early riser?
Yeah.
So like you sleep how many hours would you say? You went to bed at like went out like an hour earlier than everybody else, so
6 he usually sleeps for, maybe.
okay. Yeah, so you wake up probably before most everybody else except for Morris and Crane are both still awake, plugging away at whatever they're doing. Crane's looking somber, I'm sure.
I wake up as if I didn't know I fell asleep.
And that's how they're using yeast to create a whole new race of cat people. What do you think? Like, I'm finishing some grand theory as Novak wakes up.
Yeah.
It's this whole gluten-free thing, man. It has to do with the cats.
What?
Oh, hey there, Pops. You're
Oh,
you up?
Good morning. Save me.
Morning. I
Wasn't a dream.
guess I must have snoozed there. Sorry.
Oh, it's
Is it
all right, man.
morning?
We had an evening, didn't we?
Sunrise.
Oh, I can open it up. This thing does face east, so we can get a good shot of the sunlight coming in if you need it.
Oh yes, I would love that.
We'll go ahead and open up the blinds, and sure enough, like, it's on the second floor, and some sunlight is filtering in through the bargain sign, like stickers on the glass outing.
Okay.
And he just kind of enjoys the sunlight for a bit.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, Sana, I'm guessing you wake up. You've got several text messages from friends. Like,
That
do
light.
you have a roommate? I didn't even ask you that. Do you have a roommate? Or you live alone?
She would live alone. Sana lives alone.
Okay. Yeah, one of your friends came by your apartment last night trying to get you to go out, and you weren't there. You got a few messages from her about that. Like, call me or text me back. Where are you? That whole bit. Some of which kind of descends into drunken texts that make no sense by the end of the night. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Do you guys want to continue your investigation now, or do you want to daily stuff and then come back together? Because the dude is like still unconscious, but
Yeah, we gotta look after this guy a little bit and see if he's A, okay, and B, what he can tell us. Let's see if we can't wake him up. And like, chuck some water on him, that kind of thing.
yeah. Okay, so he rouses and looks a little bit like disoriented. Oh. Where am I?
I wish I knew.
You're in a place that you really don't want to be, as he sits there with my underwear over his head, blocking his vision.
It's a secure location. Deep within deepest, darkest downtown.
Are you gonna kill me?
No.
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 Okay.
know what
What do you
you're up
want? What? What do you mean?
We saw.
Just a... Saw what?
We saw what's on your camera.
I like point melodramatically towards the computer, but like it's gone to like a screensaver. And I try and click it.
Wake it up.
Well, he's still got underwear on his head.
I was gonna say,
And
he
the
can't
screensaver. Yeah, the
saved
screensaver of a
myself.
map. Yeah, the screensaver of a map of Earth that's flat, and it's like the truth is out there. It kind of goes away.
He's a flat earther. Of course he is.
And,
I saved
that's
myself
what
for
I'm
a
about.
reason. He can't see. We have the pictures from your camera, and you've been spying on a whole lot of people.
Yeah, that's kind of my job. I'm a PI.
And who hired you to take photos of us?
No, I can't really disclose my client's information. That would make me a very good PI.
Do you
Where's
remember
your
when my
identity?
buddy here, I point to Crane, threw you out of a window onto a car? Is that coming back?
Yeah. Listen, I was just doing a job. got hired to take pictures of
It's-
people
that's-
and give them to my
That's all we
client.
want.
That was.
What we want is the
That's all.
tape. You can go on your way.
Hey,
We don't even know who you
really?
You have some
Yeah.
identification, Mr. Private Investigator?
So I feel like I don't really have an incentive to say anything since I'm probably gonna get killed after I give you an answer. So
are.
Sana just
yeah.
kind of like
I haven't
Sana
killed
goes
anyone,
through his like
intentionally.
pockets and sees if she can try to find a wallet or identification or anything.
Yeah, we probably should have
he
done
does
that
not.
before now.
Unsolicited.
he does not
just
have
going through
any.
his-
He doesn't have anything on him. Yeah, he's actually a good PI, except for you guys' extraordinary powers that allow you to figure out that he was there.
MC, can I use my eye for detail to try to remember the apartment or whatever that we were in? Like the pictures on the wall, did they have him in it, or did it look like he was in someone else's house? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't need to roll for that. It was like somebody's apartment that wasn't either there anymore, or he borrowed it, or whatever. But it definitely did not have much by way of furniture or anything like that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, just want to make sure.
You guys
Right.
can try to do a convince roll to get information out of him, if you would like.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and hold the whole police thing over him. It's part of this committee. Is this like a group sort of role, I guess, or a group like effort?
It's up to you. I would say you probably will get a +1, whoever wants to roll, to the fact that he's outnumbered. So either one. I mean, Sana has
Yeah, I was
her
thinking
own
about
interrogation techniques.
Look, Sana's gonna try to use her her natural charm to try to get some answers out of him.
Okay.
Look, Mr. Private Investigator. I know that we started off on the wrong foot here, and look, I just really want to know who you are. Just a name, maybe. Start. And maybe I'm gonna try to use like a little bit of seduction there. See if I can get a response out of him.
Sounds good. Let's get a roll. Don't forget you do have a +1. I'm going to give you a plus for police presence because Gibbs is there as well, so you're at a +2 automatically. And then you guys can you can add whatever power tags you want from that.
One sec. Oh, why isn't it working? Let me try it this way. Hold on. +4, right?
+2 and then plus whatever your you're missing a dice. What other power tags did you use?
I'm just gonna use the one for now.
Which one?
Beautiful. Oh,
Okay.
and I think beautiful. Actually, I'll use beautiful and seduction.
Okay, so that's +4. Yep.
Okay. Oh, and I just accidentally closed out. Hold on.
It's okay.
Let me try to. Give me one sec. Second.
What was the other thing that one of you guys I thought was looking up? The identities of the people of the pictures, or did I? Or was that
I
something
mean,
else?
I would have tried to look up the identities of the husband and wife and the person at the bar that was paying attention to the conversation, and also this guy. I mean, he's sitting there all night. I would have just snapped a picture of him and tried to find him.
Right. Okay. Yeah. we'll get to that one in a second. So what's your roll? Okay, 10.
There we
Good.
go.
So yeah, at 10, they're going to change their agenda and to include yours. So go ahead and give me what you like. You're convincing them that he looks like he's like okay, warming up a little bit to you. So feel free to ask some questions.
So how about just a name to start?
Well, you're probably not going to believe me, but his name is Mr. Smith. That's my client's name. And that is the honest truth, okay? That's not me covering, that's his name.
Does this Mr. Smith have anything to do with the man in the car accident outside of your apartment? What does he have to do with it?
He was interested in that person, and all I know is that that man that is dead now, I guess, from the car accident is connected to the other people that I took pictures of. I don't know why or how they're connected. My client wanted me to get information about these people and pictures and supply it. So
that's it. He hasn't given you any other details. You are a private investigator. Shouldn't you know a little bit about the case?
Well, it's not really a case. It's just information gathering. So, listen, people, get me to do, looking up, women or men that are cheating on their husbands or wives, and that's my typical stuff. But this seemed like a pretty easy job. He just wanted pictures of these particular people, any information that was, accessible to me, like, their financials and things like that. Nothing, I don't know why he wanted it. I don't ask those kinds of questions.
Did you have any other things that you had to look up for Mr. Smith besides what's been going on at the diner?
I mean, just specific to these people.
So, the man and the women arguing? Anything about them? You don't know much about them?
They're husband and wife. They own a construction company.
Yeah, Paul and Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do know them?
I don't know them. I just know their names, and I've
Been
given
down
enough
to
information.
the, abandoned fairgrounds lately?
No. Why?
Do you own a 44 Magnum?
No.
You ever shot one?
No.
You
Actually.
ever shot anyone?
No.
Did you kill Paul Woodworth?
No.
Because there's a hell of a lot of evidence, and I look towards the others, well, half-wing hell of a lot of evidence that you may be involved in a very serious crime, sir. Very serious indeed.
I've been taking pictures. I'm allowed to be. I am a licensed private investigator, legitimate business. Okay. This is
you ain't got a
all.
license to kill.
I'm not killing anybody.
Yeah, you don't look like no James Bond to me. I've seen all them pictures. Now, it's kind of odd, wouldn't you say, Mr. Private Dick, that the people that you're spying on, one ends up dead and one ends up missing on the same night. What you got anything to say about that?
Strange coincidence.
Coincidence? We don't really believe in coincidences in the police, sir.
There are no coincidences. There's only conspiracy.
Okay, so yes, it's strange that the people that I was taking pictures of winded up missing or dead, but I didn't do kidnapping or murder.
That's
So
real strange. You just said all the people whose pictures you take wind up dead. You want
two
a gun
people
license,
that you
sir?
just pointed out. No, I don't carry a weapon.
That fits.
Why that apartment?
It's profile.
Just an easy place to get pictures of the street and the diner. Mostly
So
the street.
You don't think that maybe this client of yours may be up to no good?
I don't know. I guess not. I mean, it is a little strange,
Here's
given the
what's gonna happen.
circumstances.
Here's how this goes. We find your client, this killer who's killed Paul Woodworth. We charge him for murder. We then charge you as an accessory to murder because you've been helping him do it with all of your pictures. You go to jail for a very long time. You lose everything, your house, your kids, your wife, your license, your job, and you wind up in some terrible piece of shit prison somewhere down there. Or, here's another story. Oh, we're telling stories. You tell us everything you know about this guy, where we could find him, what he's been up to, anything you might have found on him. I know you PI guys, you're not dumb. You do your snooping on the guys that you're working for before you take any hits. So you tell us, and then you walk away, you go get a fucking pancake with Crane. He knows where the good ones are.
And you want to eat that right away too.
Straight away. He gets very angry otherwise.
Okay. Here, I don't know much about my client or what he's doing with any of the information. All I know is very little information to get from him or about him. But he apparently did some time in a mental institution or something or another. There was, I don't know if it was just therapy or what, but what was it? There was like a group, what were they called? Mending the Broken or something like that. Some weird new age, fancy schmancy done medical facility. I don't know. I don't know anything about those. There's not a lot of information.
Run that through the crunch the numbers in the database.
You hear Morris crunching the numbers.
Yeah. So a couple things that you're going to get because of your research, Morris. The woman that was watching the people arguing, she is just under the alias of Goldie. And she appears to be, again, in the more recent of the photos, aside from you guys. And there's some pictures of her kind of like scoping out David's car in the parking lot, kind of holding quite a significant amount of interest, specifically with David, not as much with the couple, though the initial pictures did seem that way, but she's definitely more focused on David specifically. So that's one. And then obviously David is the one that is arguing with Paul and Ellie. So that's as far as like that triangle goes.
Okay. So yeah, I think old Goldie Watch over here is only interested in David Wynn. Now, is there any connection between Wynn and what he does and this whole mending the broken thing?
There appears to be a potential link with the program that you thought you saw from your algorithm being triggered with the Ormica and Project Legacy about potentially moving into the medical industry, which, based on your now new search of the Mending the Broken, they are a they practice alternative medicine, so non-pharmaceutical.
Oh, I bet it's alternative, all right. Don't tell them what they're
wait.
putting in them people.
Pharmaceutical. Do you remember the company that he was a part of, that Paul was a part of, was trying to get into the medical industry?
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, Oramika.
So that makes sense. Yeah, like you were saying. Okay. You got an address of Miss Smith. That's the PI dude.
I just had a dead drop for pictures and information, and this email address that I sent the pictures to as well.
Email address. You can. I look at Raymond. You can do something with that, right? You can.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that was
you
something.
know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but like seriously, you don't even see his fingers moving as he's just like typing so fast.
Just hear it. Yeah.
This is
But there
the
is
same
still
email
a-
address.
There is a steady
This
pulse,
is-
like a steady rhythm also to his typing, though, that you notice. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. This is the same email address that you notice was used for the upload from the camera.
So he's already okay. Here's the thing: whoever this person is, they already know that we're involved. Same email. So this is what I'm thinking: we set up a dead drop and then we scope it out. Then we see we can follow whoever comes, picks up the dead drop, follow them, and then we know where
So
Mr. Smith
good.
is.
Like, you guys are so much more efficient than the police. This is crazy.
Well, when you can circumvent the law and do things like, I don't know, kidnap people and take them back to hideaways, it tends to speed up the process. Bureaucracy was never meant for efficiency.
Don't make me think about that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good.
I mean, it is a deep
Let's
state
go,
plot, but I won't go into it. So,
Please. Okay.
So,
Oh, this plan sounds great.
okay. So he kind of continues around the same information. Like, he doesn't know what the deal is with Mr. Smith. He just knows that there was some kind of mention of him being in this mending the broken with the psychiatrist, therapist, whoever, whatever. Other than that, Gibbs, you get a ping on your phone that a body was found just outside, not far from the fairgrounds. Appears to be missing person Paul Woodworth.
Fuck.
yeah.
They got him. Yeah, they got him.
So
I don't know, man. I'm telling you,
Was David-
it's- unless okay, this is my crazy conspiracy theory. You ready? Now this is crazy.
Okay.
But what if this executive who's going into this whole make people better, obviously it's probably not going to work right. You're going to need some place to put them bodies. So you find a small construction company to dispose of said bodies. He makes a deal. Mr. Peter there, Paul, whatever his name is, Jingleheimer Smith, he don't want to cop to it, and he wants to back out. So you got to take care of him.
Yeah, that's not the craziest thing you've said all week. So that's
Yeah.
That's saying something
just
right there.
to confirm, the guy, was he shot with, like, maybe, I don't know, a Magnum revolver?
He sure was, right between the eyes.
oof.
So David
And that
killed Paul, but Mr. Smith is not David, as far as we know. So, so David killed him, but maybe he was put up to it, and then killed off by this Mr. Smith, if we're going super conspiracy.
Unless it's not a Mr.,
Could be.
it's a Mrs.
And we're talking about Ellie Woodworth.
Just saying.
Could be. But she did report the missing person.
Yeah.
Of course she did. It's her husband.
right? I mean, the
Oh,
first thing you do once you get someone killed is you call them in as missing. I mean, it makes you throw them off the scent of the police. But we're working on a whole nother level here. Wait, in those photos, I get back up the screensaver. In the photos, are they fighting? Paul and Ellie?
No. Paul and Ellie seem to be fighting against David specifically. Like Ellie is the way that the body language is that you read from it. Being a police officer, you would have seen a lot of this. Is the woman is kind of a little bit behind Paul's like shoulder, where Paul is kind of like forward in front, like separating Ellie from David.
What are you guys thinking here? This Ellie chick, she hold up?
I don't know. All I know is here's the thing. Here's the thing. Paul was missing and found near the fairgrounds.
Correct.
David came from the fairgrounds and was dead.
And he had, yeah.
After
To
killing
me,
Paul.
After killing him.
after
with the
killing
revolver.
Paul with the revolver. So, if anything, the answer's going to be out at the fairgrounds. I mean, we should have just gone there in the first place. Instead, we had to dirty up my underwear by putting it on this asshole's head.
Or we could try to find Ellie.
What a good line.
Yeah, it's either Ellie or the fairground. But something tells me Morris has been right so far. Saddens me to say that. But I think if there's going to be any evidence to get, it's going to be there. And who knows, maybe Ellie turns up there. She's got stuff to hide,
Alright.
maybe, I don't know.
So fairgrounds
So-
it is.
Can I go now, or are you gonna kill me?
I'm not going to kill you. And by the way, have I already hacked this guy? Like, I just want to, like, give him some just, like, earth-shattering information about himself to scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, you could have hacked him if you want to come up with some earth-shattering information.
Well, I mean, just, like, know who he is and where he lives and that kind of thing. Just general knowledge.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, now, here's the thing. What's his name?
He never gave his name, but you now know his last name is Holiday.
Now, let me tell you something here, Holiday. I know where you live. And I know where you work. I know your bank account and your routing information. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take a vacation, Holiday. Isn't that nice? You can just do what your name says. But first, you're going to set up a dead drop for this Smith. And then you just get to go away. And if you do those two things, set up a dead drop, go away, you will never hear from any of us ever again. If not, they're going to find something on your computer that'll put you away for 10 to 20. And
You know where the dead drop's gonna be? It's gonna be at the fucking fairgrounds. That'll get their attention.
I'll bet.
Okay.
How's that
I
sound?
can do that. Yeah. Sure. That it?
You do believe me, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've done my research. Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I can tell
You
that.
search for some weird fucking porn, let me tell you.
Listen, I have to stake out for a long time.
Please don't tell me.
Mhm. Hey, I don't care how long you have your stake
No.
out, okay? That's not this
No.
kind of conversation, okay?
No. We bet.
All right, I think I've
No.
heard enough. Can we?
I try to keep a straight face. I'm sorry. Okay.
I
Can we let him
apologize.
go now?
Yeah, go ahead and do your job.
Okay. Gives you the address of the drop, and is on his way unless something else happens with you guys that you want to do.
Nope.
Okie doke. Fantastic. gives you guys a time, which is kind of later in the evening, sadly. And you guys wait until the dead drop, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I want to wait. I want to catch Everless. Some bitches.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. So, stakeout. I'm guessing you, in the middle of all this, you guys go get some food and that whole 9 yards thing.
Food.
Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and take more than a few of my cell phones because they all have cameras. And when we go to where the dead drop is, I go ahead and set those up so I can have nice cameras everywhere at beautiful little vantage points.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you guys get to the dead drop, little stakeout action. Takes a couple more hours. Novak's probably getting antsy because he's just sitting in a vehicle for a while. I imagine a few of you guys are a little antsy if you're not used to stakeouts, actually. So, in light of time, we'll say some more hours go by. The dead drop does not happen at the time that you were told. However, someone finally shows up about 45 minutes after the fact. This individual appears to be rather large, maybe like a bodybuilder. Like his stature is very much like large muscles, kind of upper body, torso is like very prominent, and he kind of moseys on over to the dead drop, picks out the envelope, and gets into a vehicle. License plates are not there. But he starts driving towards the direction of the fairgrounds. So,
Well, now I guess we got to cut to the chase, huh?
So what you did there?
Yeah, are we gonna go? Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
do it.
follow.
okay,
Stealthy follow.
Headlights
sounds
off.
good. Yeah. So
That would be a
you
lot.
guys arrive at the fairgrounds. I'm not going to go over the description again, but again, the gates are open. When you see the fairground from the outside, it's very, very run down. Like, it would take well over a year to restore it based on information that you guys have vaguely about the Woodworth construction company. They would have to have a substantial crew to even put a dent into the work that's required here, which makes you further believe that this was either a ruse or a fake job to try to lure him to the fairgrounds. It was like, based on the information that Morris dug up about the construction company and all that research, it is unlikely that Woodworth would have been chosen as the contractor for something this large. So just more suspicion kind of arises in that front. As you guys walk through, again, like that smell, almost like you could smell that popcorn again, but you continue walking, and you notice there is nobody around at all, but you hear a faint sound of maybe metal clanking against metal. Maybe somebody had just recently walked by. And as you kind of continue forward, is anybody doing anything in particular as a setup here, or are you kind of all just walking together?
They just walk with everybody else.
Yeah, maybe as a
Yeah.
group.
I think we're
Yeah.
gonna walk together.
Group.
But Morris would have checked to see if there's any kind of power to any of this park at all, like running, and if not, possibly before the whole, like, as we're coming out here, like, see if he can reconnect that right quick before heading in.
Yeah, so there is actually power. It's turned, like, the equipment here is turned off, but there is power running to this place.
All right.
Actually, am I able to use some power tags here to just kind of scan the area, see if I see anybody from the noise?
I mean, you don't need to use your power tags unless there's something specific in your powers that you're using to give you an advantage. So if that's what you're doing, then yes, definitely. Otherwise,
Okay. I kind of wanted to just, see if I could at least see the direction that noise was coming from, see if I see a shadow or see anybody.
I'll give you guys that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to it?
I wanted to use like aware of every tiny movement around me.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. That's probably a... Man, I don't even know what that really is. Yeah, we'll do a change the game, since that gives you advantage. And then if there's any, if you do get a hit on this, then you can probably give yourself and the rest of the party some kind of a advantage you can use in the scene. Ah, crap. What was your? So 7, right? You did a plus 1? Yeah. Okay. So 7. Yeah, that's good. That's a hit. So what will happen is you can give yourself or one other person instead a story tag of like, I would probably, you could tell me what this would be like, but maybe like heightened senses or something along those lines as part of what you do, and then you can explain and tell us exactly what it looks like from your perspective on how this happens.
Yeah, I would kind of look over our shoulders a little bit as I hear this noise, and just there's something coming in that direction. And do I see anything, or is it, do I see like a figure or anything like that?
Yes, you see a woman a little bit further down. She appears to be walking towards a tent. And what I'll also give you on that is due to the roll, you have like, it's almost like a faint buzzing, like electrical buzzing. It's very far away, but you have a brief moment where you hear it.
Definitely power something nearby. I hear it.
And it could be anything. There's a
Get out of here, maybe after all.
it could be anything.
You guys hear that? That buzzing?
Could be ninjas.
Could be ninjas. Power's going to all of these places, so it could be any one of these rides just wanting to kick back on.
Well, Crane, you did want to take a ride, so maybe now's a good chance.
Right now?
That was good.
No, I was just trying to be cool. We're all saying
Yes.
cool things.
Just
right.
keep alert.
I guess maybe we should buy a ticket for this.
We're definitely not alone.
Maybe there's a ticket office. I can't do this. No. Let's just go in.
So-
We'll just go in. Stop talking all like we're superheroes.
Start trying to get the
Talking
one-liner in.
catchphrases.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a
So you
seat.
guys are going to go
Take a
ahead
ride.
and... Are you sneaking, or are you just kind of, F it, let's go?
Fuck it. They know we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Great. So, inward you go. You pass by all these old rides that are broken down, and you get to the center area where you realize that the woman that you saw, Sana, she has actually finally entered this tent. And so you guys can no longer see her. But as you notice this is when you become surrounded as figures and people start to kind of come out of the sides to surround you. And Ray, you go and you teleport across and behind as you knock one of them down to the ground. And Sana, you start talking to one group on the side here, and you persuade them to kind of take a pause, which gives Gibbs a chance, an opportunity to come swinging in to block one of them who has now begun to swing. Unfortunately, Gibbs doesn't manage to get out of the way in time, and his arm is broken. But all the while, Novak comes in with some cool vine growth as he kind of brings his hand down to the ground, and the overgrowth from the machinery and other areas start to pile inward to ensnare and entangle some of these people. And when it snaps one of their legs, you guys realize that these are some kind of automatons. They're not people at all. And Crane, you have a group of them facing you, and you've got the two that have grappled you. So if you want, you can take this opportunity to get out of this hold.
Okay. Yeah, I want to fight back. I don't like being restrained at all. So
Okay.
very quickly, so I want to react on that.
Definitely. Let's do a toe-to-toe.
Power tags, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Inhuman Strength, Bullfighter, Vengeful, don't like being held. Unbreakable Hide as well,
Totally.
sort of a defense. But weakness, Restraints.
Okay, yeah. +3. Let's get some. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Good roll. So on an 11, so a 10 or more, you get to choose 2 of these things. You can achieve your goal, which is to break free of their hold. You can also get them good, as in like you rebuttal, right? So like you get out of the restraints and you can take an action to do whatever you want with these guys.
I want to sort of, so they're holding me on either side. I want to pull them up into the air and then just smash them together as hard as I can.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So describe to me what happens. These people, they're mechanical. They smash together. Like, tell us what happens. What does it look like?
Hopefully they would just explode open and whatever's inside, wires, cogs, metal, is exposed. And I would want the strength to just really like mush them together, like from the face, and then just like it just like pushes their heads down into the where the neck is, down into the chest, and they're just like there's nothing left there, and he just like tosses them to the side.
All right, yeah. Because of your roll, I'm not going to make you take any collateral damage from the explosion, but be careful, guys. Explosions hurt people. So yeah, you just manage. I think it's just in the initial rage as you're probably almost pushing them away from you a little bit as that happens, and the sparks kind of go outward in the opposite direction, avoiding your face as they collapse to the ground. Everybody else, Novak, you have successfully ensnared quite a few of them. The vines are now wrapping pretty tightly around the other ones and starting to pull them down to the ground, almost like becoming overgrowth on them at that point. So let's get Boris. You managed to zip past one. So you're behind one. You've pushed him down. What's your next action? What are you doing?
Next action, after I see the good gentleman Novak use the vines from like maybe let's say a nearby like merry-go-round or so like a carousel to grab these guys. Morris has a flash of an idea and like zips over to its control panel and just gets it working right quick and like puts it in like overdrive to basically take these things that are connected by vines and start slinging them around, maybe like almost like as a mace almost, and maybe like throw them into other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I want to try to hack this merry-go-round and so I mean, you want me to go through the litany again? Because like I'm gonna use super speed to hack this computer and use an eye for detail because this is older, so the parts are in a little bit different area than more modern computers. So it's you have to really know what you're doing. So and here's the thing, I know that this is NASA and all this is connected. So I want to use my righteous conviction from my event of finding this code that has changed my life. And use that as well. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags.
Okay. Roll it.
Awesome. So 2d4 plus 5.
So we're just gonna call this a hit with all you've got because you're really pushing your powers to achieve this crazy result. So yeah, cool. That you do it. So you can either control the collateral damage, or you're going to get the upper hand, which means you'll get an extra juice right now if you want.
I want to gain the upper hand, and because, like I said, I want to try to use these three that are. It was three, right? That were grabbed.
Yeah.
Use these three to take out as many as I can as they like kind of swing them around and sling them at the others that are surrounding us. And then when I do that, I'm gonna yell out, "Everybody, make like a pillow and duck!"
What?
I'm sorry. That joke was really foul. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you get the vine wrapped up on the merry-go-round as it starts to pull each one of them up, and all of you guys just see these automatons that look like people, by the way, just start to fly through the air as the vines kind of snap from the tension and speed and start hurling automatons towards various areas of this circle, essentially, giving you all a opportunity to move past them just right now.
Yep. I know.
So
run past, try and find the.
You say that.
Poor Novak.
But you forget how slow I am. Everybody's like, where are you going? All right, yes.
Can everyone
picks up his Zimmer frame?
Who is going first? Because this is important.
Not me. I got broken.
Who's going to be the first person past everything? Because
I was trying to get to the girl before when I got grabbed, so maybe.
Right.
Maybe I cleared the way for Crane, and so he can move on.
Okay. So Crane, and then Gibbs, and then Zana, because you're right next to Gibbs. Yeah. Okay. So Crane, would you please take a risk for me? This roll is just a roll plus power, so pick any powers that give you physical resistances to harm or benefits. Physical.
So not from my aggression, so not like inhuman strength. Could I use that?
Yes.
Okay, so unbreakable hide, inhuman strength, high pain threshold, iron will, because he's like continuing on his track, so 4.
Okay. Cool.
All right, 4. There was nothing.
Oh!
Awesome.
Oh shit!
Dude.
So here's what. That's a really good roll. Yeah. So as you're moving towards that tent, you see 3 more from either side, so 6 total, kind of start coming towards you, but they stop just as you can see for a moment, almost like that effect from fire, as the heat wave effect, as that starts to emanate from these individuals, and explosions just start going off. Not distortion, but I guess it's a heat distortion. When you see it like go across from fire, you kind of get that like weird ripple effect. So that happens, and just before you guys get to it, you see the explosions go off as Crane just books it past. It's almost like he just like divides the fire and is just like, yeah, I'm through it. And he makes it to the tent. And shortly thereafter, the explosions set off a chain reaction in some of the other areas, and parts of the fairgrounds start to go off as you guys finally all make it into the tent. Inside the tent is a very strange sight indeed. In the middle, there are 3 beds, and Goldie is standing in front of them, and she goes to the middle one and sits down, and the power in the fairgrounds in this area that's illuminated starts to pulse as she is electrocuted. And that is where we will finish tonight's episode.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, man.
That was intense. That was an intense. Wow, 3 hours? Is that already gone? Wow, okay.
Yeah, it went by so fast.
Wow.
Holy crap.
It's just. flies by. Holy shit, that was fun. I love the investigation in that one.
Yes.
Oh,
That was really well done. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, my friends, so we're going to end tonight's episode of the City of Mist. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the chat, and of course, follow this link here in chat, or it's up in the title actually, to the City of Mist Kickstarter. We're here today to support the City of Mist Knights of Payne Town. If you enjoyed the game or intrigued by it, definitely go ahead and check it out on Kickstarter over there, because City of Mist is a really fun game. And the website for City of Mist is cityofmist.co. And I think I'll open up the giveaway if I've got any clue how to do this. For the book here in just a few seconds, you guys will be able to enter in for a PDF copy of City of Mist. The way to enter is to do !mist in chat, and we'll pick a random person through the bot. So best of luck. But while we do that, let's go into cast and career. Fantastic job tonight from everyone. Did you enjoy yourselves? And of course, where can we find you guys online? For those of you new to the channel, definitely feel free to shout out your own channels, projects, whatever it is you guys are up to. Thanks so much, Cat Fletcher. Metamancer, fab job. Oh, and of course, Metamancer, we're going to be back tomorrow night, right, for another session with some new folks. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern here on Encounter Roleplay for a second session with some new folks joining us for more Nice and Paint Out. But Metamancer, great job tonight. What do you think?
Thank you. Yeah, this was a crazy, fun, kind of like one shot to do. There was so much that we could have done, but 3 hours is just not nearly enough time to cover it. So I will plug, you guys need to like get in on the City of Mist action. This expansion is fantastic, and this is only this is like a tiny piece of one of the scenarios that they have. So there's some really cool stuff. It would be great to explore it all, but alas, time limitations. You guys did a fantastic job. Everybody that played, it was a pleasure. I've played with Myth before. It's always a great time, but it was really nice to play with new people. Well, obviously, I played with you, duh. But everybody else, it was really great to play with you guys, and you did a fantastic job with all your characters. There's personality, fun bickering, and even character development just in that short amount of time. So it was really fun. And City of Mist is like my favorite system of 2018 by far. So I've said that multiple times before, but it's very true because it's just my style. It fits my style of GMing. Thank you for having me MC this, and for working with me on your characters and all that other stuff. And then to the viewers, thanks for asking questions and being engaging and fun in chat. I'm Metamancer. You guys can find me on Twitter, and there's links to my other stuff there. I'm a freelance graphic and illustrator, artist person, and then I also just do nothing but RP on my channel. So if you like RP, I'm here, and then I'm on my own channel too. So
absolutely fantastic job tonight, Metamancer. And you can see Murder again and myself back with some new folks tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern for another episode of the Knights of Payne Town, part of our two-part promotion of City of Mist this week. If you guys are new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit the follow button and join us. We're here all the time playing role-playing games. It's like 24/7 almost at this point, with some great fun games, including more City of Mist, and of course your more traditional games like Dungeons and Dragons and the like. And there's a Discord link for you guys there as well. If you want to learn more about tabletop role-playing games, if you want to learn how to play them, then Discord's a fantastic place to go and join. And there are over 1,000 folks in there who are just there to talk about RPGs and help you guys learn them. But Meta, fantastic job tonight. It's been so much fun. Myth, my friend, fab job tonight as old, creaky Sir Ian McKellen. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. I sort of played this character. I realized in the middle of the game. I played this character once before in a D&D game a long time ago. He was a druid guy, but really loved it. Really liked the system a lot. I love the noir in investigation stuff, and of course I love the what's the word, the incentive for character development, and I think that's like because even in the I think I did the mythos question like too vague. I think my character knew too much about it already, which is fine. But like it was really cool to see that it's so good to give you that long game of the reveal between who you are as a person and what your mythos is, which is really cool. Yeah, this is like a one shot. This is the first time, and I think only time planned and scheduled right now of me playing City of Mist. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool, and yeah, I just had a blast. Thank you everybody for letting me play with you, and thank you chat for being so supportive. It was a blast. Thank you. You guys can find me on Twitter or on Twitch, Mythomatic, and yeah, I do stuff on the internet.
Good stuff. Definitely go and follow Myth. He's a fantastic role-player and voice actor. Well worth your time. And of course, Myth's here all the time playing role-playing games for you. Find him in. Great job, Myth. Pruitt. Man, dude, that was like, I think the role you were born to play.
So good.
You know, there are moments.
amazing.
There are only a few moments in a person's life where everything that they have ever done coalesces, and they look and they see it laid before them bare. Tonight was one of those moments for me. I absolutely love this game. Oh my God. It has, in one night, become probably my favorite role-playing game. Just the way that it is structured and how it, like Myth was talking about, how it incentivizes you for character development. It's built into the system to be your character. And like it forces you to think about new ways about a very few little things. And so I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's my only time I've ever played it. I would love to play it again. I would love to play this character again because the fight against NASA has not stopped. And so Ray Morris has a few conspiracies left to
can we see the
take
shirt?
down.
The shirt
Yeah, I'll
one
show
last
the
time.
shirt one more time. Yeah, one more time, because as we know, NASA lies. It looked perfect when I did it in the mirror. And so, anyway, I do want to say that, everyone, I love NASA. I am not a flat earther. We did go to the moon, but I do think that they might be hiding alien evidence from us. Anyway, so I am Pruitt. I'm one half of WebDM. We have our DM tip videos every Wednesday. My game, Starward Bound, will be tomorrow night on our Twitch channel, 6 p.m. Central, where we take to the stars. It's Spelljammer inspired and a lot of fun. Also, tune in on Thursday for Jim's game, Land Between Two Rivers, same time, same channel. And also on Sunday, RPGN. It is your home for all the tabletop action. If you saw something tonight that you loved, clip it. Send it to Sean over at PowerScore RPG on Twitter. And we will have it on our show where we will make a dick joke about it or something. I don't know, because that's pretty much all we do over there is show the hobby for what it is, which is a bunch of very thirsty, raunchy people. And so I love you out there. I had a great time. Thanks for inviting me here, Will. This was awesome. Meta, that was badass.
Amazing.
As ever, a pleasure, bro. It's been amazing fun. Holy shit. Like, I definitely think we're going to have to organize another session sometime to play some more City of Mist together with this team, because it's been a great fun time. But Morph, dude, that was fantastic. We get some love and some hype in chat for Morph, his first tabletop role-playing game, right? And that was fantastic. How was that for you?
Incredible. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for being an awesome group. Like, I was just like been sat here, like the intriguing bits. I'm like leaning in, trying to work stuff out. Like, you guys are cracking me up. I'm laughing, and yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's something I've always wanted to do. You guys have been super welcoming, helpful, and I was super nervous, but that soon went away, and then I was just having a great time. So I can't wait to do more. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Great.
Fantastic. And we can you do your own role-playing stuff as well, one of us. Join the Master Illuminati. Where can we find you?
We're deep into some roleplay at the moment with ARCs and voice roleplay on a Wild West server, Gunsmoke RP. So twitch.tv/MadMorph, on Twitter and MadMorphTV. Full-time broadcaster, 6 days a week, and we're pretty much doing roleplay like every day at the moment, if you like voice roleplay in games and stuff. And we're wrapping up. There's like 2 weeks left of the season of that, and then it'll be a whole new season starting. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully more of this kind of thing as well. So thank you so much.
Yes,
and
absolutely. Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It was brilliant. It's brilliant fun. I always love bringing in people who've never played games before, because they bring a really different perspective to role-playing games, and it was really, really fun. It's an honor to have you on the channel. And more City of Mist stuff is coming to Encounter Roleplay next season. Announcements to be made.
I can't wait to learn more about
teasers.
Jesus. And Tracy, Miss Magitech, fantastic to have you on the channel as well for the first time. How did you enjoy the session?
Oh, it was great. Honestly, I loved all of our characters. I love this group. I wish I could play more with you guys, because I feel like we had a little bit of everything, a lot of different personalities. And I thought that was really, really great. And I was reading a lot of the book, the City of Mist book this weekend, but actually playing it, I was like, wow, like I really love the style and the way a lot of the features are implemented, the power tags and everything. I thought it was really cool. So I very, very much enjoyed playing and love to play more. So this has been really great. Thank you, Meta, for emceeing. Very good storytelling as well. But yeah, so my name is Tracy, also known as Miss Magitech. You guys can follow me on Twitch or Twitter at Miss Magitech, and I love all things TTRPG, so come talk to me more about it.
Fantastic. Well, my friends, definitely go and follow all these people. They've been fantastic. It's been great to be hosting tonight on Encounter Roleplay again. Tomorrow we'll be back live for more City of Mist at the time of 5 p.m. Eastern. And then we play Dungeons and Dragons at 8 p.m. Eastern. So time zones are a thing, but definitely go and check those out. And you can follow us here for the Encounter Roleplay Network. Social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff is a great place to keep up to date. And of course, the Discord link is there as well for you guys. We're going to go host and raid a good friend of ours, Bloody Faster. She's streaming right now some RimWorld, so go and enjoy. Not roleplay stuff, but nonetheless, great fun. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow for some more games. Until then, my friends, try not to roll too many net ones. We want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everyone. Bye. Stinger out of here. The button to get us out of here. It's not working. There it is.